Arturo Dark Knight, he's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
And welcome back to another RSG Wednesday night stream. It is Wednesday night, it's hump day, and it's time to talk some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys aboard as we talk and break down the latest and greatest of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news and notes and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. Joining me, of course, is a cast of characters you've come to grow and love. And let's start off with our one and only troll extraordinaire, the one who will be monitoring chat and answering and scooping up your questions, the one and only Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
Good evening.
Good
I will be your trick for the evening. Actually, that sounds kind of creepy.
Dr. Finn, I don't think that's something you should publicly ever say again.
I realized only after it came out of my mouth.
And we're already getting some happy Halloweens from Zoe Faye. So happy Halloween, RSG. Happy Halloween to you. And Vigilant Sentinel, $2 says happy Halloween and happy Halloween to you. Also joining us tonight, it's going to be kind of a quiet night, but we do have him here. The one and only Grim, the mechanic, is here.
Wasabi.
Wasabi to you, my friend. And we're here to provide you quality entertainment for the next couple hours as we break down everything. Got a lot to talk about today. CG finally got out of their silence, gang, and put out some information, and we are going to cover it. That being said, if you have questions, go ahead and put those questions into the chat. Dr. Finn will scoop them up and we will get them read as soon as we can. If you could put the word question in front of your statement, it helps us identify it easier with our software and helps us get the question answered. We'll answer that after we cover all the latest in news and notes. Oh, another $2 from Arturo Dark Knight, as Grandi would say. Trick or treat. Dead Ewoks to eat. Well, $2 well spent.
Why?
That's very Halloweenish to say something like that.
We put you in the opening and everything. Grande says your name incorrectly, and you go with that.
Well, that's what Arturo Dark Knight does.
Apparently.
The artist formerly known as Arturus Dark Knight. Oh, God. All right. That being said, let's get through the mechanics real quick. If you guys haven't already, stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up on the video. It does help the channel get out there into the YouTube world with our content. If you haven't subscribed already and are new to the channel, you like what you see, subscribe so you can hit the bell and know when we're streaming. We do a lot of live streaming. It just behooves you to know when that is because we do a lot of cool, fun streams, and it's all about having fun with you guys. Also, we have our Patreon. We hit our first Patreon goal and are well above it. Dr. Finn, I could not be more happier. That means I go from eating ramen to ramen and bread now.
Just after you pay the cable bill.
I don't know. The cable bill's been paid. Now, no. Yes, that's been paid. Never mind. But bread and ramen. That's the thing. And then finally, last but not least, we have our ACS stuff, Dr. Finn. If you want to break that down for the folks out there in TV land, that'd be most appreciative.
All right. So we'll have a lot more. So I'm going to give kind of a brief summary here for you guys. But there's going to be a lot more probably within the next week because there's a lot of stuff we're working on. So the first step was getting the GoFundMe done in order to secure our travel. And we can make the announcement that our travel has been secured.
Yay!
We will be in Orlando the weekend of April 6th and 7th. we will be at, if you guys would like to join us, at the Disney Pop Century Resort.
Oh boy.
So that is the hotel we will be at. And so if you guys are planning a trip and like want to hang out and make it a fun RSG weekend, April 6th and 7th, we will be at the Disney Pop Century. We will be in the parks for those 2 days as well. And in the morning on the 7th at 5:30 a.m., we will be running our half marathon. So that's going to be interesting. But plan everything, some of the plans, and we'll try and put out a more detailed schedule as we're getting some more details about the activities we'll be participating with the ACS guys as well. So there's kind of little things that we're working on, but those are some of the details we were able to finalize. There is a link being dropped by Nightbot in the chat for if you want to donate to the ACS campaign. And so we have a direct page to the American Cancer Society that we have. So if you guys want to donate through there, it was one of the things that you guys were mentioning before with regards to some of you guys that had companies that match and looking for a way to donate. This is a direct site to the ACS. We will be doing a Tiltify like we did in June as well. And the Tiltify is going to have some different rewards. So the rewards will be up and soon. So that's one of the things we're working on. We have a Tiltify page that we're going to work on. We have a bunch of rewards that we're going to be that are going to be up there for you guys, so you guys can buy and support for the overall cause that we're running, which is the hashtag #StewStrong campaign. And we're hoping you guys can support us on social media and Twitter and stuff and start sporting your gear. We're working on a hat that we've mentioned before. We're working on some of those silicone bands that you guys are probably used to, or you just wear it and show your support for the Stew Strong campaign. And we have a bunch of other things that are actually, again, with our partnership with the American Cancer Society, they are graciously kind of giving to us in order to help with our fundraising. And so we will be having those as well. And we have a bunch of fun activities and stuff that we're doing and some giveaways, and it's going to be all kinds of fun. So be on the lookout for that. We'll have more details for you for that in the very, very near future, as we have some work and setup to do, whether it's web pages, Tiltify, so much stuff.
All right.
Well, you know what we need though?
What?
We need like Zen-like opinion on all the stuff we're doing. Loki, how do you feel about all the stuff we're doing for the American Cancer Society?
It's great, man. It's actually amazing how quickly goals are being met, and how it's something that affects everybody, I think, or at least everybody knows. At least some of the the listeners and all that, they all heard Stu. I mean, maybe you have a relative or friend that's been affected by it. So, but it's just amazing the support and also the and how quickly everything got done. So I think it's fun, man. I mean, it's nice seeing stuff getting done,
Yeah, and to that point, I was mentioning that we're working on a web page and everything, and one of the pages is going to be dedicated to sharing stories. We will have Stu's story on there for you guys as well. But if you guys would like to contribute your story, especially those of you that are on the GoFundMe and all that, please contact me and let me know. We will be setting up a page where you guys can share your story, how cancer has affected you or those that you love. We'll be setting that up so you guys can. We're making it kind of a big thing here to bring attention not only just to the cancer but fundraising in order to help prevent it. So hopefully no one has to go through it again. So there you go.
All right. What's next there, Dr. Finn?
All right, so we can go ahead and jump into our ye old agenda.
Okay, let's do it.
And with it being Halloween, there is a classic song that we are all familiar with, hopefully, and that is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
That's right.
And so the word of the day for today is Thriller. So if you would like your name shouted out, type Thriller into the chat. That is going to be our shout-out word of the day. So that's the first kind of mechanism. We have something kind of fun for you guys here coming up with regards to the Thriller as well. But next we have our... God damn, we have a lot of responses to it. I just looked... God. the Twitter question of the day. It was posted just a little while ago here, so if you guys have a there it is. I'm trying to pin it correctly because it was pinning
Because
the
it's a thriller night.
So our Twitter question of the day is: looking back on 2018 so far, what is the biggest trick that CG gave you in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and what was the biggest treat? And so if you would like to put your Twitter response, go to our Twitter page, which is Reality Skewed Gamers, with no vowels in the Skewed and Gamers. So it's Reality SKWD GMRS. Reality Skewed Gamers, no vowels in the Skewed and Gamers. So Reality SKWD GMRS. So if you guys go there, we have our Twitter question pinned to the top of the chat. Looking back on 2018 so far, what was the biggest trick that CG gave you in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and what was the biggest treat? So have fun with that on this holiday, Halloween, and we'll hopefully get some fun responses. And I love seeing all the thrillers in the chat. I'll be able to pull that. The next thing is the video of the week. So if you guys noticed in the background, and at some point he did have a battery malfunction, as I'm sure you guys saw, and I saw some comments about it. But this is the video by TheIroncladd. And again, the link is in the video of the week, all the way at the bottom in the credits in our YouTube description. And so the video of the week is by Ironclad, and he is showing how he uses his Night Sisters in order to beat Revan teams. And so he beats a Revan team with his Night Sisters, and you guys can watch it. Everyone is looking for counters to Revan right now, so it's always pretty interesting to see what people come up with and what they do. So this is one of the videos that we came across. So that's that.
That's science. All right.
Now we want to do something special for the viewers, right, Ranger?
That's right. What are we doing?
All right. So our word of the day was thriller, so you guys can still get that in. But we wanted to do something special during this Halloween for you guys. And nothing is associated more with thriller than the Vincent Price monologue. And so we wanted to read the Vincent Price monologue to you. And who better to read that than our very own Ranger Newman?
Hey, thanks, Vinny. When Michael Jackson came up to me and was like, "Hey, Randy, could you just write some lyrics to the song?" Still, I was like, "Sure," because I just done Star Wars, all those lasers and blazers and phases, and I was like, I could do the lyrics. I mean, they originally tried Vincent Price, but they wanted another version, so I came up with it. Would you like to hear it, Finley?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. Darkness falls all across the land, the midnight hour's close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. It doesn't quite rhyme, but I'm going to keep going. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. That's not very nice. I don't want to do that. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. And grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to share your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no immortal can resist the evil of the thriller. And that is how we do this song.
And that was the Vincent Price monologue by Ranger Newman.
I think it's going to work perfectly with this song.
Oh, Jesus.
My stomach hurts.
I'm a lyrical poet, in case you didn't know it.
I can't talk. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Let me get the shoutouts here. So, all right. So while I get the shoutouts from the chat, Grim, you haven't read our shoutouts before. Do you want to read our VIP shoutouts?
You need
today?
to sing along with me, Grim. Come on, let's sing a song together.
Oh Jesus, no, no.
Me and Grim will sing the shout out, then we'll make them the very best.
Oh my god. Alright, you want to do the shoutouts, Grim?
Sure. Where are they?
They're in the chat, in Skype chat, just above your video post.
Okay, give me a moment here.
It's crazy. Grim's gonna do the shout outs. Read them without using a voice.
John Moran said, I just pulled a muscle in my ribs laughing. That's me every time Ranger does that voice. God. Alright, did you find them, Grim?
It's in Skype.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see the VIP shout outs.
Yeah, do the VIP shoutouts, and we'll have you read the regular shoutouts, Ranger.
Trying to get it to where I can see them all on one screen here.
No, you can just scroll. You don't have
Come
to
on,
read them all.
Grim. The fans, they want it. They need you to do it now.
Okay, here's the VIP shoutouts. We got Chopper BZ, Contingent 33, Corinth, Darth Teflon. I love that name. Maz Kanata. I'm channeling Grande here. Pete Lamb, Renovator or Revenator, Rose Taco, / Van Rhodes. Oi, it's Spaceman Tim.
Oi.
And then we got Tallywhack, Tenebris, Tor Yosanen?
Yeah,
Johansson?
yeah.
Yosanen? Walter Arnold, and Zathustra. I think Zarathustra?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
as.
Zarathustra. Alright, so now we have the regular shoutouts, and I'm pasting them. And since we officially announced the hotel we're going to be staying at, Ranger, I think we need to have Mickey read these.
Well, gosh, Finn, I could read it as Goofy, too.
Alright, let's do Goofy. We haven't heard Goofy.
We do Mickey Mouse. Oh boy! Look at all these names for the Archie. For the fundraiser. Oh boy! We got Andrew Sweeney. Atomic Fish. Oh boy! Bimatsu. Oh boy! He eats spam.
We got Galther Charlton, Captain Blackbeard, Clone Trooper 211.
I can't do Donald Duck's voice. That would be great. That threw me off. Kravis 01. D Perks. Decepticons. Oh no! They're evil. Darth Tallywhack, my knacker. Party language. Darth Unlucky. Darth Bob. Durgan. Eternal Revan. Fatality V2. Ham and cheese. Harbinger. Halidix. JRDS. Cheese and all. John Moran. He didn't want to wear the purity ring either. JV4220. Molly. Mateus Calvacanti. Paul Morgan. Revenator. Rose Taco. Saintly Red. Hi, Finn. He's a ginger. Shadowville. Shields Ghost. / Van Rhodes. Stummos Buff. Takedown Games. The Tor. Timmy Beddard. Vince Owanto. Walter Arnold. Zone Fang. What's all these names? Vengeance will be mine. Scooby. Kagero. Darth Hideous. And Kazakagi Too Easy. Enjoy, dickholes.
Disney's never gonna let us back.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so those were all the shoutouts. Alright. No, we got your name. So for your VIP shout out, Darth Tallywhack my knacker, we went with what was listed as your Discord name. That's why it was cut short.
What's this?
Okay.
Hey Finn, what's this about cutting off Darth Tallywhacker?
I ain't cutting off nobody's Tallywhacker.
Finn's pure evil.
These are
He's
staying
Satan.
on the stream. God damn it. All right. Let's get into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes stuff, because there is a lot of stuff that's been going on. All right, so let's start out with what was dropped today. And so there was a content update. And we'll go through this slowly because there's a lot of stuff that came out. And there's also a little bit of confusion I've seen from some people as they read this. So we'll go kind of piece by piece through this.
I forgot that I forgot I went to Google, so let me change this to Chrome. And that's not working. Why is that not working?
I don't know.
Hold on.
It's broken.
It is broken.
Something is broken. Graham, why did you broke it? All right, so the game is right now possibly.
Oh, that's
under
retarded.
They had a
Sucks.
start going on at like 5 minutes ago that was starting. So if you guys have any issues with the game, that's probably what's going on. So just a little heads up for you guys. This client restart. They're updating
Not
something.
to worry, I got this under control, Dr. Finn.
Which I think I know what it is. I'm waiting for
Yeah,
it
same here.
to come out, and then we can do it.
You know, it's gotta be that thing that they were talking about earlier.
Yep. It is.
It's so weird.
They just
Firefox
updated
works,
it.
but
That's what
Chrome
it is.
does not. Okay, I got the update one up there, Dr. Finn.
All right. So we are looking at the 1031 update. So it's the update for earlier today. And we'll go through this again, kind of piece by piece, because there is a lot of information on here. So let's get started. We have, first off, hi, Holotable Heroes. Sorry, we don't have Grande to read, and we don't have McVenom to read today. So.
I'll read it, Finn. It's what I do.
Oh, God.
I'm calling you now on the phone.
Yeah, I know.
Say, answer it. It's crazy. 1031 Halloween. Got a bunch of clone stuff. I blame Finn because he's stupid.
Hey!
It's been 10 years since the release of Clone Wars. It's crazy. The animated series. No, I can't do it. It's going to get too repetitive.
Yeah, you started going all Harry Carey.
I know.
there.
I always do. I got to work on my. I got to work on these voices. Damn it. Go ahead, Dr. Finn. I was just giving you a hard time.
All right. So, hi, Holotable Heroes. Here's all new content you'll find after today's update, 1031.18. It's been 10 years since the release of the Clone Wars animated series, and we're celebrating with a whole bunch of special events. Plus, we are bringing Anakin Skywalker's Starfighter into the game, giving clones their helmets and introducing a limited-time Clone Wars takeover of Territory Wars. The undisputed best starfighter pilot in the galaxy finally has his ship. Woo!
Yay.
Anakin Skywalker
Pilot still
can now
does it
pilot.
from Rogue One.
Anakin Skywalker can now pilot his ETA-2 starfighter with its signature yellow accents.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin's ETA-2 has an aggressive Jedi attacker that bolsters a Galactic Republic fleet's offense and retaliates when allies are in trouble.
It got
So-
rims too, yo.
Yeah, it does.
They're spinning.
And
So,
they're spinning,
new
they're
characters. They have the information on Jedi Knight Anakin Starfighter, and we'll review that next. But we're just gonna kind of go through this post here and discuss particular things, and we'll get to some of them because they kind of sublink these, and we'll get to those moving forward. So next are the changes. So in Territory Wars, Clone Wars limited time event. Clone Wars era comes to Territory Wars Holotable. For a limited time, Territory War bonuses have been upgraded and will affect Territory Wars on November 3rd, 13th, 17th, and 27th. So it's the next 4 Territory Wars.
I blame Finn for this again.
And we'll go into what those changes are shortly again. So we'll go through those. Then Clone War helmets. Clone Troopers now have helmets. Clone Troopers are always prepared for combat, so they now don their protective headgear in battle. I've seen the helmets,
To look good.
I have to say, I am sad that Rex got a helmet. I wish everyone but Rex got their helmet.
Oh,
I miss having the bald guy on my roster. It was so easy to spot the bald dude.
Dr. Finn, I see you're crying again like a little woman.
Hey, that is an insult to women to compare them to me.
I didn't mean to offend anyone but you, Dr. Finn. I find your lack of manhood disturbing.
Why? You should be used to it by now.
Well, I've fought many foes, but you have got to be the whiniest bitch I've ever faced.
That is true.
I don't know. I put all the clones together on a team and put it in the galactic war real quick just to see what they looked like.
I could take all of them to gear 11.
So good now.
Well, as soon as I saw clones, something was happening. I'm like, good, I can take them all to gear 11 right now. And then I'm like, for one time, not a chance in hell.
Oh, I could have sworn somebody was talking about that this afternoon on the lunch stream.
Yeah, I wonder who
Talking
that was.
about clones.
Clones.
Do
Jedi
you not find
Starfighter.
it weird, though, that their animation in-game and their icons have them with their helmets on, but when you click on their character, it doesn't?
No, that's cool. You can recognize them quicker.
So look, it's interesting. Like, they don't have their helmets on inside, so you can't really tell which is which just by going to their character. Like, you have to actually go into combat to see it. But
I kind of wish that when you set up the characters in the character select screen for when you're setting up your squad, that when you hit battle, they all put their helmets on. Animated, on their helmets. That would be cool.
Dr. Finn, I heard you were whining. Stop whining. You're being such a pussy.
Heroes of the Storm too much, where they have animations before going into combat.
I know.
Until your magic warms.
That would be a cool aspect, though. When you set up your teams, if they set it up, it would be cool if they actually use like the Heroes of the Storm setup in order to actually do the
play
character
Star
select.
Wars like that? Oh, Jesus!
Yes, please.
Wow.
They don't have to do the style, but man, if they
Blizzard,
did it so like you
buy the rights. Please, God, Jesus, please. I don't believe any of that crap, but please, God, somebody.
Captain Rex says, "How dare you, Infinity?" I like Captain Rex without his helmet.
Oh God.
Well, don't you so of all the things, right? The one thing, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here. Like Rex was on Clone Wars and all of that, right? But don't you think when people realize that, what was it, in episode... God, I'm going to get the wrong one, but I think it's episode 5, right? Where No, 6. When they're on Endor, and Captain Rex helps to capture the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
But when you see that, that's the Rex that I always picture. So having a bald Rex is always what I want. I picture him as episode 6 Rex, no matter what, because there's not going to be a journey for Rex.
So anyway, this is boring. Let's move on to something else.
There's nothing boring about Rex. See, that's what you should be mad at, Captain Rex. I'm having a discussion about Rex and where he stands in Star Wars, and Rangers saying it's boring. It's awful.
Finn, it's crazy, but your speech is boring.
I hate you. Okay.
Stop whining about crap.
Next are the events, and so there's the Ace of the Republic.
Right. Deploy
Deploy your fleet and join forces with Jedi Knight Anakin in his ETA-2 Starfighter.
Now this is pod racing.
Earn ship blueprints for the ETA-2. Is it? I'm saying ETA, but it's ETA-2, right?
No, it's ETA-2.
Yeah.
Is it ETA? Because I'm trying to figure out why they didn't capitalize all of it.
What did they have to?
If you're saying the letters, usually it's all like each letter is capitalized. Otherwise, it's a word. That's why I wasn't sure.
Well, you're acting like the person that was writing the patch notes has correct punctuation, capitalization.
I would hope so. Just saying, I'm just kind of hoping, but I honestly don't know whether it's the ETA or the ETA 2. That's why I'm asking.
Well, who knows? Who cares? Let's move on.
Okay. So the event starts November 1st, which is tomorrow. It's going to be requirements are level 60, and you'll get your forced ally is going to be Anakin Starfighter. Shard Shuffle. So we have a bunch of stuff coming in. So Aura Singh is now in Cantina 7C. So she is now in a Cantina. She will replace Royal Guard. wasn't that Royal Guard's like only Cantina, so it's
That-
like hard
that-
only.
Yep, he's hard node only now.
Man, that's rough. Okay, so Aura Singh will replace Royal Guard, and Royal Guard will now continue to be farmable in light side hard 1D and dark side hard.
Well, he
Battle.
drops so much in Bronzium, it's ridiculous.
I hope so
He
because
does. I get him all the time. It's like,
can I?
thank you for the charge shuffle currency.
Do you think they would introduce Royal Guard's the red tie?
So anyway, next thing is Houndstooth.
What's wrong with Royal Guard ship? I want Royal Guard's interceptor.
Oh, yes. Please, I
what I'm
want the
saying.
Royal Guard
It's
TIE
almost
interceptors.
suspicious when one of those characters that could get a ship now suddenly only has like a couple hard nodes. It's like, are they trying to make it so it's harder to get the pilot if they introduce the ship? So, yeah.
Oh, dude, if they gave us the Royal Guard interceptors, I'd... Oh.
Then you have Houndstooth, who's being added to light side hard 5D with Stormtrooper
8D.
8D, which is kind of a weird thing. They're adding it with... Why would they add it on the same note?
I don't know. I saw that and I was like, that makes absolutely no damn sense. Why not put it with Bosk?
Bosk, yeah.
I don't understand this one. No, just
It's the same as they always do.
I don't understand.
They were nice with the crew node, and they were nice with the Lando node.
I'm okay
That's
with
probably
this.
gonna be the
So-
end of niceness.
I mean, it depends where you are in the game,
I
right?
just-
So for me,
I
it
don't
doesn't really
understand
matter.
this.
The character shards are going to end up being shard shop currency anyways, but I know there's other people that are still farming Bosk and stuff,
I mean,
and it would have helped them to have
I
it in there.
guess.
But
I don't know. Jesus.
I don't know. It's an interesting choice to put it in light
That's
side
putting it
8D
mildly.
Stormtrooper. Maybe they're trying to get people to farm Stormtrooper because they realize like people get
Sure, that's
Stormtrooper
it.
and then don't bother.
Sure.
So, I mean, that could be something there, but yeah. Django is now available in chromiums and shipments, and IG 2000 and IG 88 are now available in fleet cards, megapacks, and shipments. IG 88 is now available in fleet megapacks. So, I wait, what? Why is
hi.
88 available in a ship pack?
Maybe because he's the pilot.
They do the pilots and stuff in the fleet pack too. Okay, this tells you how much I've actually looked at those mega packs. I'm never buying those things.
Yeah, this is why Finn is worthless. Move on.
All right. So we have those. There's actually another update with regards to Xanadu that we'll get to it as well. But then packs and bundles. We have the packs.
Straight up like
And-
they do with all the other ships. If you want to read it, you can. But it's basically you get the blueprints.
Well, so they actually have. So it's not just the ships, right? So they're actually introducing Gear 12 Plus.
Yes.
So
they
it's the Gear
are.
12 Plus Armortech data pad. If you want one of those, they are selling those. One purchase
For
that's
1 million credits.
so you have one of those. They are selling Anakin's ship. So there is that.
Why
Clone
spend
Trooper-
1,000 crystals when we can spend 10,000 crystals?
You have the Clone Trooper pack. So you can get a pack, $6.99, a chance for all 5 of those troopers.
I will not be getting
With-
those.
Yeah. Clone Trooper Ultimate Bundle.
Client restart.
A bunch of shards, and it's actually nice because they give you 80 of Rex, so they know which one is the high value there. So they give you 80 of Rex and 55 of the other ones. So that's a pretty nifty thing they're doing there. First Order bundle is with Phasma and Executioner, and so you have that. That's an interesting one though. Is BB-8
Phasma and Executioner.
BB-8's thing isn't out yet right now, is it?
I'm logging back in right now.
I finished it, so I'd have to wait for the Mythic, but I don't remember a Mythic actually coming right now, so I don't think BB-8's is up. That's interesting. Why is Phasma...
Because it's
I mean,
a
'cause-
thriller.
Yoda
Thriller
right now.
night.
I guess they're trying to... I don't know what they're pumping with Executioner, but Phasma is for Command Shuttle. Interesting pack. I think I'm missing something with why they're putting that pack out. Do you have any thoughts as to why they have the Executioner and Phasma pack, Loki?
I don't know, man. I'm puzzled too. I was looking in game right now. I have no
It's
clue.
weird. I don't understand that one either. Freaking me out, Loki, and I don't like it.
Right?
It's interesting.
Coming.
Maybe Hux is coming.
It could be.
We do need more capital ships.
The First Order.
Yeah, so
yeah.
keep an eye out on that. We have a Phasma and Executioner pack that
Phasma.
we don't have a particular reason for.
Nope. Just
So
because.
that's a potential hint for something that's coming down the line. So that's good.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, were you going to say something?
You haven't gotten to it yet. I was like, oh, wait a second. And then I remembered you didn't get to it yet.
Okay. So then you got the energy deals, where you can get 600 crystals and get extra energy. Those are really only for super high spenders anyways, so they're not going to be used for most people. There's another Gear 12 Plus for the keypad. We got the data pad earlier, so now we got the keypad. We have the fusion furnace. We have the stun gun. And we have the thermal detonator and the HoloLens. So all the Gear 12 Plus pieces are now available.
And they made a bunch of fixes.
Yes. Was there something in the fix you wanted to talk about, or one of the other posts?
Nope.
Grim.
Say no.
It was in one of the other posts that you were just getting ready to talk about. That's why I said,
right.
oops, sorry.
My favorite one is the last one. Fix Xanadu Blood not appearing localized when set to Thai language. This is...
Exactly.
There's...
Star Wars! Oh, Star Wars!
Okay.
Galaxy of Heroes of Star Wars!
So that was the content update. And again, we're looking... There are a couple things that stood out there. And the main thing being that we have a pack for Phasma and First Order Executioner that really doesn't seem to have a place. Everything else kind of fits with the overall theme. And one of the things that we saw was the Jedi Knight Anakin ship. So let's talk about Jedi Knight Anakin Starfighter.
I don't want to. Okay, let's do it.
So, the unit name, Anakin's ETA-2 Starfighter. Alignment is light. Categories, light side, Galactic Republic, Jedi, and Attacker. And the crew is Jedi Knight Anakin. Aggressive Jedi attacker that bolsters offense and retaliates when allies are in trouble.
I'll try spitting. That's a good trick.
So we have his strengths being inflicts healing and buff immunity, retaliates when allies are in trouble, and big buffs for Jedi and Galactic Republic allies. Interestingly, with the synergies, you have endurance, which makes sense. You have Platoon, which makes sense. And then for some reason, Houndstooth, which isn't a Jedi or a Galactic Republic. It's a very interesting synergy that they listed there. So it's very, very confusing. Okay.
Because they don't have any other ships that have synergy with it, so they just threw that in there as value.
I know, because you can just throw it.
Horrible why they did that. Because they could have.
But wait, there's more.
This ship only has synergy with like 2 ships, right? Because then it's not.
Hold on, Loki.
I think Loki is right. Like Houndstooth is a good standalone ship.
Loki,
throw it
what
in there.
would you pay for an ETA-2 Starfighter with Jedi Knight Anakin?
Nothing.
What if we throw in 2 Ginzu steak knives? And the deluxe whiny rendition tape of Anakin's greatest lines from Sith, the Revenge of the Sith.
I still wouldn't buy it, man.
All right.
Oh my god. All right. So it seems like Houndstooth may be their go-to.
You underestimate my power.
All right. So those are your synergies. Now let's go through the attacks. So his basic is locked on. Final text is deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict target lock for 2 turns. This attack can't be evaded. Target lock is grant another ally valor for 2 turns.
That's good. A big one right there.
Mhm.
It is, and if you can get Valor on like Houndstooth,
Well, this is the first ship that non-capital ship that can give out Valor.
yeah, the very nice ability there. Okay. And it's another character that can't be evaded, which starts to reduce the impact of Imperial TIE's ship, the Imperial TIE Fighter. So now you have another ship that can go through Foresight.
Dun, 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 dun.
Next one is click the wrong thing.
That's what she said.
Next thing is his special 1, which is Impending Assault. It is a 3-turn cooldown. And final text, deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict healing immunity and buff immunity on target enemy for 2 turns. Anakin's Starfighter gains 20% protection up stacking for 2 turns on each critical hit.
So you want to stack critical chance on him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, it's a ship.
Too bad you can't. Though I have to say that is one sexy looking and ability. Both the text and the animation.
Get a room, Grim. Jesus.
I mean, that's cool looking, dude. Tell me that's not cool.
We don't
looking.
know his stats, right? Like, we don't know what his... So, ships, you can't, like, just increase the crit chance with, like, mods or something, right? So, whatever his base thing is what he has. We don't know what his crit chance is. So...
Hold on a second. I'll see if somebody already put it up on GG.
Star Wars!
Yeah, it may very well be up on GG. So... it is. It is. And its crit chance is just under 40%. So
that's
you're
actually
pretty much,
really good.
You're only looking at about 1 crit on average then when you do it. And I mean, it's not bad. You'll gain the 20% protection when you do that ability. So 20% protection, nothing to scoff at. It would be rare for your Anakin probably in order to get 3 or more. And it's probably going to happen 100% of the time for the AI ship on defense will get all that protection. So, it'll be interesting to see how that works out in actual gameplay. The one thing we can't see, and they've changed this with the animations, and there's a good aspect to it and a bad aspect. The good aspect is it doesn't set any expectations for us with regards to the ship, but the bad thing is they don't show you any of the stats when these attacks happen, right? They're literally just showing you the animation. And so we can't even see like how many times the crits happen or anything, like what's the damage range. We know why there's issues with previous
yeah, because we used to always give them a hard time, like, how is this ship in your animations doing like 50k and I have it maxed out and it's doing like 10.
Yep. Yeah, we know that they kind of mess around with the images before, and so it did cause some problems. So I understand, and so this one provides no expectations, which is a good thing, but it's hard to kind of tell what the damage is. So we'll have to be on the lookout for some of the game changer videos with regards to the ship to see how it actually performs.
Oh boy!
Which we will find out in 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get through the rest of the stuff. So we have his unique.
So we have his unique. And Surge All Power, and that's his crew ability. And final text, Jedi and clone allies gain 30% offense, doubled if they have Valor. Whenever another ally falls below 100% health or is defeated, Anakin Starfighter gains 100% turn meter, and its next attack deals 50% more damage. Additionally, Anakin Starfighter immediately regains Valor for 2 turns whenever it expires.
That's disgusting.
So he'll have permanent Valor.
I'm trying to think what ships recover a lot of health very quickly.
A lot of the Galactic Republic ones.
Yeah, anything with Poe on there, or not Poe.
Rex, and then
Plo Koon. I mean,
Plo Koon.
Yeah, Rex and then Plo Koon coming off the bench. Like I'm trying to think if you're gonna create a loop somewhere in here, like kind of like the Night Sister Phase 4 type thing. Or if there's a way that you can just keep on like getting health and then attacking something with like counterattack, reduce your health, Anakin gains full turn meter, and you kind of repeat this cycle. It could be pretty nasty.
Yeah, this is gonna make Galactic Republic redonkulous.
And then the reinforcement, aggressive approach, final text, enter battle, grant all allies accuracy up for 2 turns, and all Galactic Republic allies offense up for 2 turns. Inflict expose on all enemies for 2 turns, which can't be evaded.
Ouchie.
This one is interesting because let's look at his stats really quick to see where he kind of lines up with other people. So I'm on the GG page. His health is 90,000. His protection is 25,000. His speed is 181. And so if we compare him with kind of the other ships in the same general region, Anakin's health is in about the top half, just about. He's just above half in terms of total health. In terms of protection, he is in the bottom half, so he's definitely one of the weaker health protection ships. In terms of speed, he's in the top third or so with 181. So he's going to be slower than Poe, Imperial TIE. So there's a bunch of ships that he's a little bit slow. He's just faster than TIE Advanced. So there is some potential there if you max out your Anakin and your ship, where his speed will be just faster than TIE Advanced, so that could prove to be slightly beneficial. He's pretty much equally as squishy, as you may or may not expect, to TIE Advanced. Like, the stats of Anakin's and TIE Advanced, being that they're the same person, are very, very close. So whatever you feel about the survivability of TIE Advanced is going to be reflective of Anakin as well. And it looks like he's going to be a semi-squishy ship that's going to require some cover, which makes sense with Houndstooth and Plo Koon. It's going to be one of your faster ships, probably, that you'll be running. So it's a pretty interesting kit.
According to GG, 189 speed on that ship. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? It says 181 on GG.
Oh, sorry, that was Ahsoka's.
Yep.
181, yeah, you're right.
Loki, what do you think about the ship?
Yeah, look, you talk too much.
Sorry, man. It's
Sick of it.
exciting times right now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, the problem right now is, are they going to rework the rest of the ships? I don't know if Mace is still viable. He was for a minute or two, and then they reworked Tarkin. They reworked the other ships and the Geonosians, and then they forgot about Mace. So is one ship going to make a difference? I don't think so. You need to put... It's unclear. Is Valor when he gives Valor, it doesn't matter what capital ship you're running, right? So it's going to give turn meter to the capital ship, I guess.
I don't think it affects the capital ship, but just the ships on the field, I think.
I thought that's what Valor did, though, wasn't it?
Well, I know Mace gives Valor, but the buff, right?
Yeah, the buff gives turn meter to capital ship, though, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, each time they take a turn, they give bonus turn meter to capital.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that sounds pretty nice. I don't think we have a lot of cleansers in ships, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, you could definitely use that outside of a Mace capital ship, I think.
You might be able to speed up a Tarkin to go faster than a Chimera.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's even a Thrawn, right? Because right now Thrawn, you race to the ultimate so you can take out their Houndstooth, right? That's all you got to do. So I can see potential there with that, but you brought up a lot of good points about it being squishy. So how do you?
Actually, it's not that squishy.
Oh, it's not squishy.
It's the same. It's the same
got,
squishiness as TIE Advanced, and I find TIE Advanced to be
That's
squishy.
squishy. That's squishy to me. But I mean,
90k and 25k protection.
That's squishy.
Yeah, can you stealth it? I mean, can you?
Well, in the Galactic Republic fleet, with all those taunts going up, it's going to be hard to get to. Because you got 3 ships in that lineup that can taunt, plus you got the taunt coming from Mace, so it's going to be...
Well, assuming you do put in the ships that taunt.
Well, that's what I would do.
Yeah, you basically have to try and hide it if you're running it. But then, if you do that, right, and you're running something like a Tarkin, right, you're not getting target locks, which is also going to hurt you.
Yeah, we'll have to play around with it. We'll play around
with it.
And figure it out.
I mean, the Valor mechanic, it sounds really good.
If it's gonna work like that, where he can give valor to other ships, and then the ships generate turn meter for the capital ship. I mean, that's just stupid OP, right? So,
you're stupid OP.
I can see, yeah, I can see that working. You know, is he better in the starting lineup or the reinforcement? What's his reinforcement again? Did we go through that?
Yeah, it's accuracy up, gives offense to Galactic Republic ships, and it puts an expose on all enemies.
It's pretty damn nice.
Is kind of cool. Yeah,
it says it can't be evaded, but doesn't say that it can't be resisted.
It's true.
Just point that out.
Probably. Crap. I mean, if you're gonna run a Houndstooth lineup, then it's like, I guess you go like Houndstooth, Gauntlet, and.
Which how are they going to build a wall around Anakin Starfighter?
The other thing too, and it depends if they're changing the mechanic, is Valor when you're on Endurance specifies giving 15% turn meter to Endurance.
Yeah, I think that's So that was my original point was, how does it work outside? If they don't change that, then I think the ship is stupid. Because you can't use it with any other capital ship but Mace.
Right.
But
and
we
Mace's
already got
isn't that great,
restart,
so
right?
No, Grande, this is not how this works. You don't just bring your monkey ass in here and just say something without letting us introduce you, stupid.
Hey, it's Grande freaking Patron. We just had a client restart.
This is your boy, Grande Patron.
This is your boy, Grande. Hey, what's up? This is your boy, Grande Patron. Coming at you again.
I thought you had a new name last time. You were Lord.
You were Lord Grande.
Oh, yeah. Lord Grande. I'm Lord Grande.
What's Tits' favorite, man? Oh, your new name is Lord Verga Grande Patron. There you go.
Lord Verga.
Oh God, no,
Lord
please no.
Dude, we combined them all, man.
My name is Lord Grande Verga.
Okay, do the intro with that name this time, Grande. Do it again.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Lord Verga Grande Patron.
That sounds awful.
Hey, we seriously did get a client restart, so if they changed Valor, it should already be in, right? I mean, we're getting this event.
Doesn't
in like
say.
10 hours.
Yeah, it said yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't say.
Well, you know what? Just go ahead and plunk down $300 to this. I promise it'll be good in a week or two.
It gives Valor, man.
Yeah, the question though is
potential.
Valor different if you use
Yeah, we thought Sith Bomber had a potential too, right? And remember when the Sith fighter was gonna be the big killer? Come on.
I never said that.
But a lot of people have theory crafted around it.
It is. No, so to be fair, Sith Fighter is a big killer. The problem is there's so many other ways to kill it. Why would you just focus on the one that has no other uses besides that?
The Biggs killer is Houndstooth because nobody uses Biggs. So he's killed.
Silence!
I kill you! And then you take a step back and you... Oh, so Finn, this goes back to your question too, right? The trick, right? So the trick is you give us something really good and then you take a step back and you throw something crappy in there so we buy it, right? So
yeah.
Here we go.
All right, Grande, how much candy did your children get from you tonight?
Oh, Dad, gum! I'm telling you. You know what? Okay, I told you, I've said this before, maybe not on this stream. The neighborhood we live in is way too good for me. My neighbors handed out full candy bars. Full candy bars.
That's great. Where's my share?
I mean, who does that? Who hands out full candy? I mean, and not only that, but they serve them on like a silver platter, and they're like, which one?
Did someone give him sugar? He's not focusing. I asked a simple question.
Take 2 or 3. And you're just like, what the fuck? What the heck, man? I'm like,
Grande did the old Abbott and Costello counting routine to give his kids candy. So it's 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1, 2 for me. 1 for you, 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me.
Dude,
Grande got all hyper.
It's insane. I'm telling you, I mean, I haven't even eaten any of that candy yet. But I'm in there and I'm like...
Notice he said yet.
Oh, yeah, yet. I'm not going to eat that. I mean, we got a half marathon to do. I'm not about to start. I can't be Infinity-ing up this gorgeous body for a little bit. Come on,
God. All right, let's move on. After that
That's why
comment.
he's Lord Verga Grande Patron.
All right, let's move on to the next item on the agenda, Jesus. Territory battle platoons.
To talk about our new sponsor. It's time for the Meta Report.
Oh, it is? Oh, I went to the wrong thing then. Shit.
I predict Revan.
Hold on.
Well, wait. You know who our new one is? Our new one is. Look.
Hi, everybody. Harry Carey here. Hopefully, you're all having a great Halloween. Have you ever had a late night where those stupid bastard children keep knocking on your door asking for goodies and you're out? That's why we've developed here Halloween nerve gas. Throw some of that in your yard and get rid of all those little pumpkin stealers. Halloween nerve gas. It smells like pumpkin spice. It'll fool them into thinking that, hey, there's more candy here. And then you can have them have convulsions and take their parents and go somewhere else. Teach them a lesson they'll never forget. Halloween nerve gas.
Oh, God.
Halloween nerve gas is not represented by Grande and Grande.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
Back to you, Ranger.
All right, so
hey, who wants some Halloween nerve gas? You're like, kids knock on the door, they're like, trick or treat. You're like, hey, look up. Gas, gas, gas. Oh, you don't have a mask? Well, enjoy the convulsions, little ones.
all right, so we're looking at the rank 1, right? And about 50% is Revan leads.
What
Interesting, and I don't know what you guys think. Normally, when there's a character that has like 50%, right? Part of it is volume based and just knowing that there's that many like Revans and stuff in the community, right? And so it makes sense that it would be like 50% or something. But part of me is thinking that it's like a bunch of people just don't know how to beat Revan, that the teams are just staying up there. And there's not as much rotation in the top 10. Like, they're just people that aren't able to beat it well enough in order to actually get into the top 10. That Revan is just staying there, and these numbers are kind of, I'm going to say, a little skewed because there aren't as many people hitting rank 1 during their payout because they're unable to beat Revan.
Nope. Not a chance.
Maybe. I agree.
It's one of those interesting things, right? Because there's not.
Hey, I've got an idea. Let's use some of that Halloween nerve gas on this fake Darth Revan.
It was not Darth Revan. He's Jedi Knight Anakin.
You can trick him, Dr. Finn. You can be like, hey, Lord Revan, would you like some tea? Just go into the breakfast nook area. I'll be right back. And then gas his monkey ass.
God.
Hashtag not my Revan.
All right, so it's just trying to put some context to the meta report, right? So we see the number of Revan being 50% at top 1, which isn't surprising, but I think it's not just due straight to the fact that Revan is just that dominant in terms of hitting rank 1. I think a lot of people are just unable to get rank 1, and so some of these numbers seem lower.
That kind of means dominant. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think some of these numbers in total, like if you look at the total count, they're a little bit lower than what our totals used to be at rank 1. And so it's not that there's 50% of people actually hitting rank 1, but it's just that there's not people beating Revans. So I'm not saying he's not dominant in the way that he's hard to beat. I'm just saying dominant as it's not like a character that everybody has and is utilizing.
Well,
it's a rare character that's just dominating in terms of just how powerful
further.
he is.
CG screwed the pooch on this one. Sorry, Revan is just going to get worse because I've never seen anything.
It'll be completed in 3 months. In 3 months, everyone's going to get Revan, and the whole meta is going to shake up again.
In what way? Everyone.
Well, then they'll drop another character that is even more game breaking. So it's a downhill slope, unfortunately.
Well, start amassing your 40,000 crystals for next time. Pretty much what you got to do. So then if you look at the top 10, though, if you go to rank 1 through 10, Revan is still at the top. It's 44%. So again, it seems like it's kind of a volume-based thing. You see a big difference once you jump into the top 100, where Revan is down to 3rd place, with only 15% of people in the top 100 having Revan, and I think that's more indicative of kind of what's going on in Arena, that a lot of shards are having Revan packed into the top 10. There's a lot of people that have difficulty beating it, because if you don't have mods to really compete with the team, and you don't necessarily need better mods, you need close to, maybe slightly lesser mods, and you need to know how to like mod your characters and really push certain aspects of it, and they may not be the typical way that you mod a character for other reasons, but you can beat Revan teams, but it's not something that just anybody will have, and so beating Revan is becoming more and more difficult. And so you can kind of see
we
that.
went over that in detail, didn't we, last night on the VIP, on the Patreon stream?
Yes, you did, with Tis McVenom's roster review.
I mean, we went into serious detail about like which mods to put where, and some of the characters needed almost no speed. It was very, I mean, we detailed it out from McVenom when we did the McVenom roster review. Another reason why you might want to become a Patreon member, and for all those people that are Patreon members, we really appreciate you guys.
That's
and
right.
gals.
All right.
And
so
free
that's the
cocaine.
meta report.
Okay.
And now let's go to ye old Zeta report.
How about no, Dr. Finn? Nobody cares about that.
I think hold on, I'm checking something, because I think you can skip it. I don't think these are updating, but let me check. I don't think the Zeta report is updating properly.
Probably not. Zeta report's not updating.
No, Zeta report is updating, because Treya has moved up from her last position. So.
I was on bated breath waiting to hear that tidbit of information, Dr. Finn.
But there's a bunch of stuff on that website that I'd like to get back again, you know? Like the guild thingies and leaderboard thingies. Those things were cool.
Yeah.
Hope we get them back.
So Chewbacca, so one thing we haven't been able to see, because I don't think it had updated before this time. So Chewie, his loyal friend Zeta, is actually on the 2nd page as well. Of people that have Chewie, 45% have him Zeta. So that's pretty good. We see the percentage dropping on Treya. Treya was at like 90, 95, 98% of people that had her have her Zeta. But now she's at like 83 and 82. So I think if you're using that to kind of figure out what's going on in the game, you're getting a lot of people that are getting Treya now that just were never focused on like working on her gear or anything. And so you're getting more guilds that are completing heroic Sith now. So you'll notice that when looking at that. And Revan's leader is on page 3. And interestingly, there are 10,000. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. So 10,000 total Zetas on Revan's leader. That would be 90% of all Revans, but only 57% of Gear 11 plus people have Revan Zeta.
I think you probably need to,
I think these numbers are backwards.
Totally, I look.
I think these numbers are backwards.
I think it's broken. Whatever it is, it's broken, right?
Yeah, these numbers are backwards. I think 57 people that have Revan have him Zeta, then 90% of those with Gear 11 plus have him Zeta. I think these numbers are backwards.
And the 2-0 pitch to Brian Sandberg's in there. Strike one on the inside corner.
Yeah, all of Revan's numbers are backwards. Because he's also his. Or
they could have divided it wrong too. Remember?
Well,
I mean, you're just thinking they put them in the wrong spots. Remember how the percentages were wrong on the meta reports at one point?
That's true.
I mean, so
something is terribly off with these Revan numbers.
Yes, something is terribly off. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Something's wrong in Denmark.
Well, he's on there now.
You know what? I just saw Pikachu wearing a fanny pack.
Pikachu
was wearing a fanny pack in the grocery store parking lot. Just from your man in the field.
Guys, it's a chicken Pikachu.
That guy may need the police called on him.
Guys, a chicken Pikachu, guys.
Pikachu Andrew, let me go get my jacket.
Oh,
Hold on.
God. Oh, Jesus. Grande, please.
If that Pikachu guy is wearing a fanny pack and asking kids to pull candy out of his fanny pack, I think you need to call the cops, Grande.
God.
He looked like he was having a.
Hey, I've got some nerve gas. Let's get him.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, that guy looked like his girlfriend put him in the Pikachu costume and made him wear the fanny pack. He looked way cooler than the costume he was in. Just gonna tell you, and he looked a little perturbed to be in that thing. Around.
All right.
But he had a girlfriend that looked like she might have been the one that was, or wife or sister or whoever was next to him.
Well, you better be able to catch something tonight for doing that. So.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next thing.
The meta and data report.
Nice.
All right. Let's move on to the next one.
All right. So now we're going to do a couple of updates. And the first one is just about territory battle platoons. And they put out a statement saying, "Hi, folks. We have just become aware that Revan slipped into territory battle platoons unintentionally. We did not mean for him to be a platoon requirement so quickly, but we are unable to pull him out for future phases in this territory battle. To apologize, we'll be sending a reward for this issue. Detail on this reward are forthcoming, but please note that we will deploy this in an upcoming release." And they did release today 100 crystals and 500 guild event tokens for this issue.
There you go.
Yay.
So
For
you know
me-
what I think it might have been? I know we've talked about this offline a bunch already.
Yeah.
So go ahead and say what you think it should be.
So I don't think they needed to apologize at all. This is nothing unusual. They did this exact same thing with Jedi Training Rey. He's not a character that we're going to get in the next 3 months, so it really makes no difference whether or not you put Revan in the territory battle platoons now or whether you put him next time. Because either way, nobody new is going to be getting Revan. There's no way in order to get him during that time period. So I don't think they needed to apologize at all. I don't think they needed to send out any reward. There was really no reason for them to say that this was an unintentional mistake because it really makes no difference whether they added it to this territory battle or the next one.
Hold on.
I think they should have just left it.
Well, now, could part of the reason here have been that with legendaries and heroic type characters and journey type characters that they wait until the entire 7-day period has closed and then they put them into the platoons.
Okay.
And so because the period had not closed yet, they didn't want to release them into platoons yet.
My argument to that would be that they put a ship into squadrons that had just opened its marquee 3 hours earlier.
I understand.
And they did not apologize.
What I'm saying is that in they may have a distinction about how they treat a legendary.
Okay, a sec.
And about how they treat a marquee and how they treat a heroic. And they may have hard and fast guidelines inside their company about how they want them to be released into TW, and they didn't meet their guidelines that they set for themselves.
Maybe that may very well be the case. I think Jedi Training Rey, and I can't remember exactly, but it's possible that she got released around a dark side territory battle, and then she was released on the next light side territory battle, right?
Right.
So it's possible, but I don't think this is anything they needed to apologize for. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I'll take 100 crystals and I'll take 500 guild event tokens whenever they want to give it away. That's not the issue, but I just don't think that this was anything that they needed to apologize for.
I totally agree with you on this one. And they could have not even made the post and then just sent everybody 100 crystals and been like,
I mean,
hey guys,
you were saying it anyways, right? And I'm sure other people were like, everyone's expecting Revan into the platoons. So it's not like this is anything of a surprise.
I expect the day a new character comes out, that same day or the very next day, that character will be needed in a platoon.
Right.
Within a 24-hour period, that character, within a 2-hour period, within a 3-hour period, within a 30-minute period, that character is available to be put in platoons. That's my thought. I mean, because if I do that, then I'm never like upset about it if he is or she is or it is, right?
Yep.
I mean, otherwise you have these people that are constantly shocked. Oh, I can't believe they put houndstooth in platoons. Oh, I can't believe they put
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, that's a better Mickey Mouse impression than Ranger.
That's some bullshit, Loki, and you know it.
Oh snap!
You know you were impressed.
No, not really. Sound like a girl hitting puberty.
Oh, it's your boy Lord Verga Grande.
Oh my god! Ha! Here's your boy Grande Verga Patron. Ha!
That's Lord Grande Verga Patron to you, my
Shut
friend.
up, Grande! Ha! I'll send your ass straight to hell.
Jay Locomotive donated $5. Said, I never knew Revan was a Jedi. I must have played KOTOR wrong.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's
That's
the
going to
deal.
be a whole different argument and anger for Ranger.
But here's the thing: don't ever get upset that stuff goes in platoons within 2 hours.
I just don't care.
It's a selling tool. I mean, anybody who didn't realize that TB is about buying everything and about being a collector,
Right.
and that TB is about another way to reinforce that you need to go buy the new shiny, you're fooling yourself.
Yep.
You're fooling yourself.
Cozy made that post a while ago, right? And it was probably the most honest post that I've seen on the forums. When somebody asked, like, how do you expect people to be able to build these platoons? And her response was, find people that have it. That's what her response was. And that is the way that they treat territory platoons.
That's true. Go find someone that has it.
Yep.
Effectively, if filling platoons is a big deal for you, then you need to find like 7 people, that have, and you have 7 people that have every character. Because I think you could get 2 per platoon, and there's 12 platoons, which means you could have 24 of one character. I mean, if they have a new shiny, this new, what's it called? The yellow cone head or whatever that Anakin flies around in.
What?
The yellow cone. What's this ship called? The yellow.
The
cone
Anakin
head?
Starfighter. Where the hell are you getting Conehead?
What in the hell?
Anakin's ETA. There it is. Anakin's ETA.
The cone ship.
Wait. I want to go back. How the hell did you get the Conehead?
I didn't remember its name. I'm sorry.
But how did you correlate cone?
I don't know.
The cone ship, brought to you by Smacky. Brought to you by Smacky S'mores.
But this Anakin ship.
I'm glad they just made me snort.
Okay, so Anakin, so this Anakin thing we're getting.
Anakin thing we're getting. Grande, stop.
Hey, here's the deal. Expect 12 of these on days 4, 5, and 6 from now on. Expect 12 of them.
God.
The cone Anakin thingy flyer shippy. Wow.
Grande.
The Anakin new shiny. Expect the Anakin new shiny. 12 times in TB.
I don't know. I just can't.
Slash Man Rose, excuse him, he's from France.
Can we get past the name for a minute? Do you guys agree with me that you could see 12 of them in a TB?
No, I don't think it's 12.
I think it'll be 12. Hold on. I think it'll be 12 ETAs. This stone cone shippy thingy, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think we'll see any of those. Usually, and it's not always, but usually the new ships tend to be concentrated in platoons like 5 and 6 or 4 and 5, something like that.
Yeah. Oh man,
there are times that it spreads more.
Now this is pod racing.
There are times that it spreads around more, so I don't disagree with you. You could potentially see 12. Most of the time, though, they do concentrate like the new ship that's not free to play into the last 2, and then the other ships that are just released into like shipments or something like that, they'll release into the other ones and make those near impossible to fill.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, we have had times. I mean, I'm in a.
No, I've had times where I've had one of the new ships in every single platoon and not been able to.
Yeah, and we weren't able to fill any platoons. And I open up platoons, and I know our members' rosters, right? I know them. And I open it up, and the first thing I said was, well, don't even bother with platoons, guys. Go ahead and do your mission.
You put that prohibit thing on the squadrons, and it's like, yep, don't bother. Just go and do your missions.
Yeah. I mean, there have been times where I'm like, don't even bother, man. I mean, go do your missions first, because we're not going to get any of them. And everybody's like, what? And I'm like, well, if you look at it, no one has this and no one has that. And so because we have two things that no one has, guess what? We're not going to fill one.
To clarify really quick, Kaguru, I'm not talking about the phases. I'm actually talking about the squadrons themselves. Like inside the squadrons, when you have to fill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, usually they put the newest ones in 5 and 6. I'm not talking about the phases.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right, I've seen it in every one of them.
I have too.
I mean, I've seen it.
I'm not saying they haven't. Normally, though, I'll see them concentrated in 5 and 6 or 4 and 5. But there have been times that I've seen it all the way through, and I can't fill anything. So it is a.
I'm convinced that Grande's on drugs.
I'm high on life, baby.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
come on.
It took you this long to figure that out?
When you have a
One
Grande Verga,
pill makes Grande smaller.
When your name is Grande Verga Patron, I mean, you know, you've got natural endorphins just running through your brain.
And the ones that Grande gives you.
Are you singing Bjork?
No, that's not Bjork.
No.
What the you communist?
Wow. Wow.
Just Jefferson. It's Jefferson airship. You.
I'm fairly confident that was the Doors or something.
No, it's not the Doors. You hippie. All right, let's move on to the next subject before I punch these fuckers.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was all Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Oh, that's different.
It was Simon and Garfunkel.
No.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Simon and Garfunkel flying around in their cone Anakin shippy thingy.
Hello, Conehead, my old friend.
I've come to stroke and rub you again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to continue that. I was thinking. Okay, so now we're at the Clone Wars.
Did not even know White
10-year
Rap. I
anniversary
swear
celebration.
to God.
It's a celebration.
Bunch of goddamn heathens in here. The celebration.
You wanna know what's
The stickiest to the ickiest.
There was a post on Reddit, and like 4 devs commented on the post, and then the game looks just like the post from a week ago.
Oh, the fake Road Ahead one?
No, not the fake Road Ahead. There was one where the guy was like, "You guys should make clones look like this," and the clones look exactly like that guy's.
Oh,
post on
yes.
Reddit.
No. I did see that post. Yeah.
And you're just like, holy crap, man! That's exact. I mean, there's nothing different about it.
Well, yeah, they're pretty much from the Clone Wars series. You would hope they did it correct.
Go figure.
Clone Wars 10-year anniversary celebration by.
It's a celebration.
This is a story by S.B. Crumb. Let's all take a listen.
Wait, hold on.
Star Wars,
wait,
the Clone Wars, is celebrating its 10th anniversary.
Hold on, I got the wrong one up. I went to the event calendar. I don't know why. Okay.
Ready?
See, this is where we need Ouchie to read the story. Once upon a time, like, oh my God, she's amazing.
Yeah, I can't read like Ouchie.
Yeah.
Star Wars, the Clone Wars, is celebrating its 10th anniversary. We're big fans here at Capital Games, so we brought some exciting things to spice up the party.
Like cocaine.
No. Over the course of the month of November, we will be celebrating the Jedi Knight Anakin Starfighter, limited time bonuses for territory wars, and the much-awaited Clone Wars helmets.
Made of cocaine.
No. Jedi Knight Anakin Starfighter, the undisputed best starfighter pilot in the galaxy, finally has his ship. Anakin can now pilot his yellow conehead with signature yellow accents.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow conehead is an aggressive Jedi attacker that bolsters a Galactic Republic's fleet's offense and retaliates when allies are in trouble.
With
Check out his full kit here. We already did. Clone helmets. The much requested helmets are here. Clone troopers are always prepared for combat, so they will now don their protective headgear in battle.
See, this is where the clone heads come in, Grande.
The cone heads. Great. I'm glad we finally got the cone heads in game.
Every day with Grande is a kick in the balls. Okay. Clone Wars Territory War Special Event. The Clone Wars era comes to the Territory War holotable. For a limited time, all Territory War bonuses have been changed. Read on to see the full list of changes and be prepared for a fun experience in your guild's next territory war. So, for those of you guys that are planning what you're going to do on defense and what you're trying to save for offense and stuff, it's really important that you guys pay attention to this. One thing of note, these are not reworks. I've seen people reading these and thinking it's like reworks in addition to abilities and stuff. They are not reworks. They are bonuses only in territory wars for the month of November. So don't go all crazy and stuff. This is a 1 month thing. So if you don't have Grievous, then you may not need to gear him up for December because this is a November only bonus. All right. So bonuses. The following characters have specific passive bonuses and effects. For complete details, check out the detailed panel in the Territory Wars. And they posted 2 of them here, and I'm in game, so I can read you the other ones as well. But we'll start out with Mace Windu. So Mace Windu, Battle Attuned Master of the Force. Mace Windu has 100% max health, 140% max protection.
Mine says 480. Where'd you get 140, Grande?
Sorry, 480. I'm turning into Grande. God damn it, Grande. So 100%
I'm
max
kind of
health,
a big deal.
480% max health, max protection, 100% counter chance, and is immune to shock, daze, and stun. Additionally, when attacking Sith with the basic attack, Mace deals 1,000% damage. That I did read correctly. It's 1,000% damage and inflict expose on all enemies for 2 turns whenever he takes damage. If Django has expose, Mace Windu's attack will instantly defeat him. Damage immunity does not prevent this effect.
My God.
I mean, that's awesome, but it's still not going to make the Mace Windu that's in game any good.
Well, can I say there's a... Okay, so if he has 100% counter chance...
But 480% max protection? What the hell?
Right.
And a counter chance.
Yeah, and then immune to shock, daze, and stun. I'm going to say it right now.
That's retarded.
I think where he's going to be super useful is as your 5th in a Night Sister squad. So, Asajj or Ventress lead, right? So, let's go Ventress lead, Talzin, Zombie, Daka, and Mace Windu. There is no way troopers are getting through that.
What?
0.
Is this so? This is just for a month. He has this.
Its basic attack deals 1,000% more damage.
But only to Sith. Only to Sith.
But that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So you can use him on offense for that in order to like eliminate Traya teams, or I think you put him on a Night Sister team. He replaces Enfys basically. Like there's you can't daze him, so he's gonna counterattack.
I mean,
you can't stop him.
Hello there, Revan. Or sorry, Traya. Jesus.
Quack, quack.
I mean, that's crazy. Put him with Bastila. Get all those buffs. Go to town. Smoke a doobie.
It's pretty nasty. It's pretty impressive, I have to say.
Now, Finn, what would you pay for this Mace Windu one-time offer?
Nothing.
What if I throw in those Gensu steak knives like I offered Loki? Nothing?
Still nothing.
Damn it.
But I've been working on Mace Windu anyways because I've been trying to boost up my endurance and stuff. So I think it's a pretty neat thing that they're putting into the game for Mace Windu. He'll have a few different functionalities here. He'll fit into a bunch of team. I think Night Sisters is going to be his best spot on defense. It'll let you save your Enfys for something else, and then on offense, you have other potential places that you can put him. On offense, you can basically shift him wherever you want, because you can face him against a Traya team, and he's just going to eliminate the crap out of it. So you have a few different options here for where to put him, and I like that. So Territory Wars, he's functional, but remember, it is Territory Wars for the month only. Mm-hmm. So if you're investing heavily in the character, you're only doing it for, 4 events in the month? And it's the first one is coming up in 2 days. So
Why
don't
don't
bother.
why
I think
don't they keep him like this?
I thought this was just for the territory wars at the end of the month, like those 5 days of clone troopers and stuff are in the battle and stuff.
No, these are during all of the territory wars for the month of November.
Oh, okay.
So it's the 3rd. I can't remember the dates. I think it was November 3rd, which is the upcoming one. November 13th and 17th, and then
Rondé's still in the car. Hold on.
Oh, is Grande getting his candy? Grande's getting his candy.
That's right. Let's
Sorry,
talk
guys.
about General Grievous.
All right. So General Grievous is the other one that is getting another ability, and again, there's more than just that. But if we look at General Grievous, he has General of the Droid Army, and again, these are all uniques. Grievous has 300% offense. That's right, 300% offense. At the start of each turn, if Grievous is below 100% health, he dispels all debuffs on himself and grants taunt to the other healthiest droid ally until the end of turn. Whenever a droid ally is defeated for the first time in battle, Grievous dispels all debuffs on himself, resets all ability cooldowns, and gains 3 bonus turns. So, unless I'm missing something here, you could run an Emperor Palpatine lead with Imperial Probe Droid and Grievous, and sacrifice Imperial Probe Droid, and then give Grievous 3 turns to take out somebody else. Am I missing something with that combo?
Well, I mean, if you see
So when a droid ally is defeated, right? So you take Imperial Probe Droid, you throw him at a character, he sacrifices himself, that character is defeated. So then Grievous will dispel all debuffs on him, reset all his cooldowns, and gain 3 bonus turns. So now you have 3 turns for Grievous to go and kill somebody else.
Jesus.
Am I missing something?
No. And Grande is. What the hell are you doing,
Grande is
Grande?
typing in his car.
No, that's rain, guys.
What kind of rain is that? Jesus.
Hey, that's okay. It's snowing outside here. So
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
So it's a pretty neat ability for Grievous with regards to that.
That's
right?
crazy.
So
well, looks like tomorrow on the what the
I'll
Grande,
mute it.
yourself
Sorry.
if you're in the rain.
Here comes the rain again.
see over here, everybody's like, "Oh, happy Halloween," and the weather's like, "Oh, surprise, mother!"
Surprise, mother.
All right. So then what they said, besides those 2, is that there is going to be a mystery. So they said 2 characters, 1 Galactic Republic and 1 Separatist, have mystery bonuses you will learn about when you enter your next territory war. Now, I don't know if these change. Okay, so I'll put that caveat. I don't know if it changes. But if you go into the game and you look at your last territory wars, and I'll read these out for you guys, you can see what the Galactic Republic bonus was, typically for the last territory war, but it's over, and what the Separatist was. So for the Galactic Republic, they have Long Arm of the Law, and that was granted to Coruscant Underworld Police. And Cup gains 500% potency, 300% max health, and deals 1000% more damage with his basic attack when attacking scoundrels. Whenever Coruscant Underworld Police inflicts stun, which is what he does with his basic, he gains protection up 50% stacking for 2 turns.
Why did they pick Cup?
So I don't, again, they said random, right? So it's possible he was just the random pick for that territory war. He may be random picked again for the next one. They said
it better not be.
They said mystery, not random. So we don't know how they're selecting these.
If I see a Cup in a territory war getting all this crap, I'm going to be angry.
Well, it's going to be for offense in order to beat those Kira teams.
I don't care.
I don't mind it. They're making use of characters that people don't typically use.
That's right. There's a reason why they suck. Why don't you fix the characters and not give us this horse crap?
Well, because they don't want to fix the characters that are like generic.
Well,
characters.
I don't want to play with generic BS characters that were on like one show of the Clone Wars.
You don't have to play with them. No, I mean, there's no difference. I mean, honestly, did you pay attention to any of the Territory War boosts before this?
No.
So that, I mean, your gameplay isn't going to change. Like, you don't have to use Coruscant Underworld Police for it. It's just if you have it, he gets a bonus, but you don't have to.
I mean, the Mace and the Grievous stuff is cool, right? I can see it, even though it's not Geonosis, but whatever. But but for God's sake, CG, God damn it!
I know.
Yeah, this is all I have to say on this matter. Is this is not a good way to get people interested in territory wars, because a lot of people they don't like territory wars, and
I
making it more complicated is not gonna make people get more interested in it.
But I don't think they're trying to get people interested in territory wars with this. I think they're just trying to let people have fun that are already interested. If you're not interested in territory wars, there's nothing. They're not going to be able, unless they change territory wars entirely. I don't think there's anything they're going to be able to do in order to gain interest.
No, I think it's interesting the Mace and the Grievous stuff. That's cool, right? Two well-known characters and stuff like that. But you start throwing at me an Ugnaught or a Cup or anything mystery related like that in the battlefield that gets all this. I'm like, really?
I like that.
I guess you didn't look at your information you probably have that says that people think those characters are worthless because they are worthless.
Yeah, so they're trying to give it some worth, and it's just for the month of November, and it's just like a random boost against scoundrels. Like you can you're only going to use it against a Kira team anyways, and you have to have it geared up. Like no one's going to go out of their way to get Cup.
Just it's not fun. This is the other stuff's cool, but this additional stuff, man.
I don't know. I think it's fun. I like that they're trying to mix things up a little bit, and it's not really destroying the game. It's not a permanent change. It's just for territory.
But there's so much stuff they need to be working on and other things, and I'm just like, really, this is...
That I will not disagree with you. There are other things that they could possibly focus on, but I think this is just for fun.
But here's the thing. Why did they go through all this work of making Mace awesome in Territory Wars when they could have spent that time and just made him good in the game, period?
Right.
Instead of shitty like he is.
They're not.
Well, that
you're
could be
assuming
the case, but
that they haven't already planned something for Mace and Grievous moving forward. Because keep in mind, Mace and Grievous are set as the only two characters that have a set buff, right? I don't think that's a coincidence. I'm going to guess that by the end of the month, we're going to see a rework or a faction pass of both Galactic Republic and Separatists. And you will see, hopefully, an improved Mace and an improved Grievous. Now, if the end of the month it doesn't come, then you guys will be able to laugh at me and say I told you so. But I think that this is just the beginning of the month, right? Kenobi is the character of the month for all of November, not just like the first week. And so I think this is just kind of the start of what they're planning to do
on this,
with Clone Wars.
I think a smarter move, and I'm just a business marketing major. A smart move would have been you come up with a new territory battle like Geonosis, right? You have this stuff for, say, Grievous and Mace, right? Both involved in that battle, and that would be a very interesting and fun thing they could do, right? But we'll see.
You're assuming, but they still can.
They could. There's a whole lot of things they can do, Finn. Until I see it, then no.
Yeah, I know. All I'm saying is this eearly. It's not even November 1st yet. So I would say
it's
just
still
wait.
Halloween.
Let's see what they do the rest of the month.
Spooky time.
Let's see what they do the rest of the month, because I think we're all thinking that there's going to be Galactic Republic. We think that there's going to be something Separatist related. We're hoping for something Mace related, but we're probably thinking there's definitely going to be something Grievous related. Like I think there's a lot coming in the month of November that I would say let's just wait and see. Like this is just the start, and it's just something fun during Territory Wars. It helps to break up the monotony of Territory Wars.
Oh, I agree. The Mace and the great stuff. I'm like,
no, even with Cup,
I like
there's
that.
people that invest in Cup. Let them find a use for it. I have no issue with that. I'm not going to level up Cup just for a mystery bonus that may not happen next Territory War. That would be silly as hell.
No.
I'm not gonna gear up Cup more than I have him simply because he has a bonus in a single territory war. Like that would be insane. But for those people that already have Cup, like yeah, go for it. I mean, honestly, I like Cup's kit. It's pretty interesting. It just never works out. But he stuns with his basic. Like there's not a lot of characters that stun with their basic. And now he has 500% potency. It's like, okay, he's going to stun with his basic. So you can find like a lot of uses for him if you really went out of your way to do so. It's just nobody really cared to because he's Cup.
I don't want to talk about Cup anymore. Let's talk about
the Separatist mystery one from the Territory War.
No.
That one was Dooku. And his thing was
B2 probably.
I didn't want to mention it, but you've done it, Finn, and now Ouchie somewhere is going to cut you.
Yeah, I know. So Sinister Spark, it was granted to Dooku. And its Force Lightning ignores protection and deals bonus damage equal to 80% of target's max health.
See, that's cool. A well-known character, you know, if they had done anything, they could have done Jedi Knight Anakin because
who said they won't? He could show up as a mystery character.
You know,
we don't know.
So it could be. But
and then whenever Count Dooku uses his basic attack, reduces the cooldown of Force Lightning by 1. So you could, so he doubles with his counter attack, which means he reduces it by 2 pretty much every time, unless he's dazed.
So he's pretty much the direct counter to the thing that they did for Mace, because Mace is squishy.
Well, Mace has also plus 100% max health. He's not just the 480 protection; he also has 100% max health.
Yeah, which will give him a little over 60k.
Yeah, but he's not a direct counter because if you attack Mace, he has a 100% counter chance and does an extra 1000% damage to Sith. So Dooku can counterattack and hit Mace twice, and then Mace will counterattack twice and knock the crap out of Dooku. Because he'll have 1000% extra damage twice.
All right, I think we need to get off the subject.
But also, here's the thing, though. Dooku's Force Lightning has a 100% chance to...
Ouchie's anger's going up, guys. We have to get off this subject. My God, what are we doing? Yeah. We're just asking for a beating.
All right,
so we get the
that were revealed. Now there may be more. There may be more that are coming, right? We don't know. They say mystery. We don't know if mystery means random. We don't know if mystery are the same 2 that will show up for everything else. So there are different things that are showing up, and so you could potentially get that. So
Nathaniel Morgan points out that Dooku's attacks can't be countered.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's his Omega, right?
The Omega on his basic.
Yeah, I forgot that's his Omega. I was thinking of before his Omega. Yeah, that's right. So he can't be countered. So Mace will just whack him once. And if he gets exposed on him, he's dead. But not as dead as Django, but he'll be dead.
He'll be dead. I thought that was cool the way they put that if Django gets...
Yeah, I know.
That's like, oh,
that was really cool. Just like if exposed is...
See, that's kind of stuff I like. I like. But then they say Cup. I'm like, oh, God damn it, CG.
They must have been listening to us.
That is funny
This
as hell.
is why they have fun every now. That's why I don't mind the Cup. Like, even the Cup thing is kind of fun. Because we make fun of it.
Everything else is great. Cup. Shame on you.
Even Cup is fun.
No.
I like it. I give them good marks on this one. I think it's a fun way of just
good marks except the Cup crap. God damn it, quit doing that shit.
It should have been Ugnaught.
No, that's... Oh my God. God damn it, Grim, you're just trolling.
Or East Koth.
Oh my God.
East Koth is a Galactic Republic, right? Or is he just Jedi? I can't remember.
I think he was in the Clone Wars.
He's Galactic.
Stuff, yeah.
If he's Galactic, then there is a chance that he will be a mystery.
All right, let's go to the next one.
I think I have a Gear 11 East Koth. Hold on, I have to check now.
Nobody cares. Let's go to the event calendar. So we have this is event calendar as Finn looks up his worthless character.
Gear 10.
Okay, all days are subject to change. So let's just go through. So we've got Legendary Grandmaster's Training starts on the 1st and ends on the 7th.
Well, don't forget the character of the month, just to repeat it.
Oh, the character of the month for November is General Kenobi. I think this is the first time No, they gave Han away too, didn't they?
They
OG
did give
Han?
Raid Han.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for a
so
while.
this is like they've not done this before. Because I was like, I know they gave OG Han away too, so.
So then that means the one to come after General Kenobi is they'll give away Traya.
Eventually, next
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
Next year around this time, probably.
Chewy. All right, Legendary Grandmaster Training we already covered. Advanced Tactics, Geonosian Fleet will be on the 2nd. Mythic Grandmaster's Training starts on the 3rd, ends on the 4th. Omega Battles, Resistance and Clones is the 3rd. Assault Battles, Military Might starts on the 3rd, ends on the 4th. Heroic Battle, Indoor Escalation is on November 6th. Assault Battles, Force Moon, it starts on the 7th, ends on the 8th. Omega Battles for First Order and Scoundrels on the 9th. Fleet Mastery, Home 1, comes back around November 9th. Omega Battle, Sith and Droids on the 12th. Special Event, Ghost of Dathomir. Ghost of Dathomir, sorry. On November 14th. Assault Battles, Ground War will be the 16th and 17th this month. Fleet Mastery for Executrix will be on the 17th. Assault Battle, Secrets and Shadows will be the 19th and ends on the 20th. Omega Battles, Rebels and Geonosians will be on the 20th. Legendary The Emperor Demise for Emperor Palpatine will start on the 22nd and end on the 28th. Omega Battles with Night Sisters and Jawas will be on the 22nd. Fleet Mastery for Endurance will be on the same day, 22nd. And Galactic Bounties Part 1 will be on November 22nd as well. Then on the 23rd, we get our next Omega Battles, Ewoks and Empire. Mythic The Empire's Demise, the Emperor Palpatine starts on the 21st and ends on the 25th. Omega Battles, Jedis and Tuscans on the 25th. Defense of Dathomir, 26th and 27th. Assault Battles, Rebel Roundup will be the 27th, ends on the 28th. We have 2 territory battles. Imperial Retaliation will start November 5th and on November the 10th. Rebel Assault will begin on the 19th and end on the 24th. Following our territory wars, and this is the preview phase. So we have one preview phase starting tomorrow on the 1st of November. We don't have another one till the 11th and then the 15th. And then we don't have another one until the 25th and the 29th. So spaced out a little bit. So we got 5 territory wars this month coming up and 2 territory battles. And that is the event calendar.
Okay.
All right.
And so the only thing I noticed, and I had to double check, the dates that were listed in the content update are not consistent with the dates listed in the territory wars. So, for example, I don't know which aspect, and this may be the way that they're releasing the information, right? So the territory war preview phase starts on 11/1.
Right.
Which means that the defense is going to start 11/2, which means that attack is going to be 11/3, right? The content update, when it talks about the bonuses, says the territory war bonuses have been upgraded and will affect territory wars on November 3rd is the date that it lists, which is the attack phase. So I'm curious if we will be able to see what the mystery bonuses are before the attack phase.
No,
so
that's why it's a mystery.
Say the mods during the
Zoink Scoob. What's the mystery?
Like if so, you would hope that we would be able to see it during the preview phase, right? So if they are characters and you wanted to like set that up, you'd be able to mod those characters, like the mystery characters. Versus if they just revealed it like during the attack phase, it's like okay. These are your surprise attack ones, and either you put them on defense and they works out, or you put them on you kept them and it worked. I don't know. The timing is just they're off by 2 days for all of the posts, and so I'm not sure if it's something that they're revealing during the attack phase or not. So something to keep your eye out for. We'll see how they do the first territory war and then figure it out from there. But there is a discrepancy in between the dates for the territory wars and the dates for when the bonuses are going to be announced.
All right. So that's the event calendar. You guys can look that up on the forums yourself. So there's nothing there too shocking. And then we get to our next subject, which will be Xanadu Blood. Where in the world is Xanadu Blood? Hiya, Holotable. Yeah, I know. Where in the world is Xanadu Blood? Hi, Holotable Heroes. It has been brought to our attention that Xanadu Blood is conspicuous. Is conspicuous. I can't talk all of a sudden.
Just read it as Harry Carey,
Conspicuously-
and then you can get away with it.
Hi, conspicuously missing from fleet shipments, and considering that IG 2000 was added today, he should. Crumb, what are you putting here? He should be there already. That's wrong. He should be there. Grande, are you writing these for CG now? I mean, what the hell? He should be there already, according to our
Absolutely, I am. Absolutely,
He should have
Yeah,
been there.
It's all me.
Yeah.
It's all me.
He should be there. The in is unnecessary. He probably changed it. I've done that too. Like you write the sentence and then you change it a little bit and you leave a word from the other one. He should be there.
Oh, Crumb, you silly weasel! And sure, we forgot to add him last pass.
Leave him and his mutton chops alone.
I
He
like
has
those
awesome
mutton chops. Yes, he does. Xanadu Blood will be added later today, and we'll stick to the release cadence as if it was added to the fleet shipment's last update. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, so there's clarification on that. And then we had one more no, I think that's it. That was the last one.
It is in game now. That was the content update or like the little patch thing that they did at 8:15 Eastern time. So right around when we were starting, there was a little restart in the game, and that's what they did. So, and they put the message in game as well. So Xanadu Blood is now in those locations. He is now in fleet shipments.
Yay.
Well, not fleet. It was in the regular shipments, right? Sorry, not fleet shipments. He's in regular shipments. Dang, he's not in fleet shipments. I have to double check the message, but yeah.
Okay. That is all of our topics there, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
Hooray!
Yay! We did it. Now let's get to some fun stuff and get to the questions, and then, yeah.
All right, so let me bring up Twitter.
All right, so, who are we going to have pick the winners here? I think let's just vote them all together.
Okay. I can't do it though since I am reading.
Okay, so we'll
I'll
consensus
give it to
of the panel.
Grande and Ranger. You
There
guys
we
will
go.
decide.
If Loki would stop talking, we could probably get to these.
Loki had to leave for a second, so
He went to go eat and be
Probably.
all ridiculously
All right.
like awesome. It's sickening.
Okay, so the first one is Treat, letting me climb an arena with Emperor Palpatine and free-to-play characters.
Mm-hmm.
Trick, taking that away because I didn't dish out $300 for revenue. That's
Oh no. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
all right. Next one. Biggest treat, finding RSG. I've learned a lot. Biggest trick, finding RSG. I get less done at work listening to you guys.
I like that one. I like that one.
was-
And now you know I am driving and doing two things at once all the time.
All right. Next one. Trick, revenue. Treat, still waiting for one.
God.
Next one. CG's biggest trick, Jedi Knight Revan, obviously. Treat, CG treated me to nothing but headaches this year, but as for RSG, best treat for me in 2018 was making Mixed McVenom snort. Mixed McSnort was the best, most glorious moment thus far. I think you know who wrote this already, because it kind of reveals it, but the McVenom snort will never die. Alright. Next one. Best treat was making Revan easily beatable by my Night Sisters, and knowing I will have Revan before Traya because my guild can't get it together. Another trick, making Nest impossible to kill, being my arena wall at position 51.
Oh no.
Trick, throwing Chewie in the mix right before Revan, causing me to throw away any chance to complete my tiles. the hunters. God.
Oh God, read that one again.
The trick, throwing Chewie into the mix right before Revan, causing me to throw away any chance to complete my tiles to super build up my hunters. I will never F up Bosk. You'll never star up Bosk.
Oh God.
Alright. Next one. Revan, easily the biggest treat was mod loadouts. Ironically, the two things I wanted more than anything else this year. It's true. Everyone did want Revan. And that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Next thing, biggest treat, the heroic Sith raid. Biggest trick, nerfing every goddamn team that we could use.
That's about right.
It's true.
Here, have a brand new raid. And here, half your roster is completely useless.
It's true though. Is there any team that we would consider meta that they didn't, for the heroic Sith, that they didn't nerf? They nerfed Night Sisters. They nerfed Expose.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do anything to Phase 3, right?
I don't think
They
so.
did anything to Phase 3. I don't think they did anything to Phase 3.
Yet.
Yes. Damn it.
Oh,
They're gonna do something to Phase 3 now. Okay. Next one. Biggest trick.
Night Sisters was Phase 3. Night Sisters was Phase 3.
That's
remember?
true. They nerfed Night Sisters in Phase 3 and Phase 4.
Yeah.
No, well, Phase 3 for sure. Phase 4, I get about the same. But nerfing Night Sisters actually nerfed Phase 3.
Yeah.
I mean, more than it nerfed Phase 4.
That is true. Alright. Next thing, biggest trick, making Revan pay to play only for them to release him as free to play the next week. That would be a pretty big trick. Holy crap. Biggest treat, they don't give us any treats. Next one, biggest trick, Revan requiring 7-star Old Republic tunes weeks after being released into a single hard node. Biggest treat, clone helmets.
For a limited time only.
Grande, how much would you pay for these all new, brand new clone trooper helmets?
Can I just tell you, I had finally gotten used to their old look, and so now I'm going to screw them up and mix them up on accident because
it's
now I got
amazing.
helmets.
He just can't do it right.
I mean, so it's, if we've had them in the game for 3 years, it's like I finally figured out how to tell the Jawas apart.
Where are you listening to Linda Ronstadt in the background singing Blue Bayou?
I'm at the grocery store.
Okay, I could hear it.
I was told to get eggnog and vinegar and some other stuff I won't say because it might embarrass my family.
Okay.
But that's the reason why I'm here. Yes, Grande will go get any. Listen, whenever you're Lord Grande Verga Patron, you go get whatever she asks you for, because that's how you fill the bucket, gentlemen. That's how you fill the bucket.
All right, we're not getting into that crap again. All right, next one.
That's it. Those are the Twitter responses.
Oh, Grande. It's so funny because I'm like, is he listening to Blue Bayou in the background? Where is he doing? Grande's a good man. He does. His wife's amazing, and he treats her right. Which we all should do.
So which ones were your favorite?
For me, number 1 was the best.
Yeah, I'm going with number 1 as well.
Graham, Grande.
Which one was number 1 again?
Treat, letting me climb an arena with Emperor Palpatine and free-to-play characters. Trick, taking that away because I didn't dish out $300 for revenue.
Yeah, that is. I agree with that one.
That's the winner. Me, winner, chicken dinner.
I agree too. I agree.
All right, and so that was Kashmir.
It's well done.
252.
Well done, sir.
You are the winner for today.
My God, that was perfectly said.
All right. So it is time for question. To quote Grande, question time. All right. Let's see. Get to the questions here. And all right. First question from John Moran. Question: should I put a third Zeta on Revan direct focus, Jolie Zeta, or wait to see if there's a GK Zeta announced?
Ooh, I kind of like Jolie. Really needs that Zeta. If you already got the 2 on Revan, boy, that's tough.
He does, and actually, I would have put. We mentioned this before. I would have put direct focus before Hero Zeta. So I would have made actually the one that you're saying is the third on Revan, the direct focus. I would have actually made that his second one. So, but I agree, Jolie is useless without his Zeta. So if you're planning on using Jolie, you have to Zeta him. You don't really have much of a choice in the matter. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As for a GK Zeta, I don't think there's gonna be a GK Zeta. Kenobi is still like a meta character.
He works great as he is.
Like I'm going back to the meta report really quick, and I'm just gonna look in the top 100 all characters and trying to see where Kenobi is. General Kenobi is number 4. If you look at the meta report for ranks 1 through 100 in all characters, Kenobi is number 4. He is not in need of a Zeta. It would actually probably make him way too overpowered, but maybe that's the direction they're going with the Revan lead. I'm just saying it's completely unnecessary. In the top 1, in rank 1, he is number 6 because he's the tank that I think a lot of people are using with Revan, and so he's actually number 6. So Kenobi's pretty fine with where he is. I don't think he needs a Zeta. It would actually probably ruin him a little bit. So, all right. The next question from Paul Morgan. Question: what is the best way to prep Galactic Republic and Separatist characters for Territory War this month? I would do nothing special. If you want to work on Mace for his ship, that's fine. If you want to work on Grievous thinking that there's going to be a rework, that's okay, but you want to be in a position that you don't really have anything else that you're working on, because you don't want to invest in Grievous and then have nothing come of it. That would have been a waste of resources. But outside of Mace and Grievous, everybody else is a mystery. Like, literally, they call it a mystery.
Can I just tell you? This may be all we get for Grievous and Mace this entire for the next 9 to 10 months.
Sure.
This is it. They're gonna be like, this is, you guys wanted it, here you go. Boom, shakalaka. And that's all you get. So don't hold out, don't sit there and opine thinking, I leveled up Grievous because you guys said he's gonna be good, and he's like, listen, hold your horses, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you, this might be all we are getting for the Clone Wars. Be prepared.
I agree. I'm hoping, and I still think there's going to be a Grievous rework, but that could easily just go by the wayside. I wouldn't start gearing up Grievous thinking that it will happen.
We could actually get a second Grievous. So be prepared that we don't get a rework, we get a second Grievous.
That's a scary thought, Grande.
What? And guess what? He's Marquis.
That's a scary thought. Which leads us to our next question by Paul Morgan. What's the scariest thing CG could release this month?
There you go.
I think another paywall, right? Yeah, your second Grievous. God, that is a scary thought. I know what my scary thought is in terms of what they could release this month, but we can go around the corn here. Grande, what do you think is the scariest thing they could release this month?
They could release legendary C-3PO this month.
You are on the exact same wavelength as I am.
We could get another legendary that's OP as heck, that you have to get to gear 12 in 2.5 weeks or in a week, or so that you can have it ready for your guild for TW, and you got to put another 2 Zetas on it.
Well, I'm also thinking that it could be a legendary C-3PO where you need Ewoks at the same level that you needed the bounty hunters in order to get Chewie.
For the golden god.
I'm afraid of the gear level required in order to get the legendary C-3PO. Because all the characters have been in game so long, whether they go with Jawas or whether they go with Ewoks, they've been in game so long that I think there's going to be a gear requirement similar to what was required with bounty hunters, and that's kind of a scary thought.
Hey, what if they took Jawas off of crit damage just to put them on a legendary for C-3PO? And they're like, well, yeah, I told you still needed them suckers.
Yep. I would not put it past them, and that's why I find the legendary C-3PO scary.
So they could do that along with a marquee Clone Wars Grievous in the same month.
Yeah.
And it'll be one of those marquee pluses, that goes on for a week and a half, where you get some extra garbage at the end.
Yep. Ranger, what about you? What's the scariest thing they could release? Dark Revan?
What about original Millennium Falcon that breaks ship?
I mean, we know that's coming.
I'm gonna guess December for that, but yeah, they could bring it out this month.
Nothing comes to mind. I mean,
scariest thing they could release in this game, using Vong.
Oh no!
Oh,
then the game it would end.
Oh God, a new Vong. Actually, those might be pretty cool, but
the Vong are canon.
Are they canon? I thought they were EU.
Wasn't there something from them in the Solo movie?
I don't think so.
We could still
might be
get a
thinking something different then.
Yeah, the
legendary,
Vong are definitely EU, but that doesn't mean
We
anything.
could still get a solo scoundrel or a solo
Yeah,
legendary.
that just reminded me when you said that, Grim. We could still get Dryden Voss.
Or Mechanomal. Yes,
or
please.
Mechanomal. Or Beckett.
We could get Woody Harrelson. We could
Yep.
get Cheers.
You
Where
want
everybody
to know
knows
where everybody
your name.
knows your name.
That's right. And you know who comes out after Woody Harrelson?
Conehead?
Conehead Ted Danza. Come on, man. Conehead Ted Danza. The
What
new
the-
shine.
Ted Danza?
There's so many things wrong in that statement. I don't even know where to begin.
Ted Danza. You know the famous Ted Danza that's been
There's
in
so
all
many
this-
things wrong in that statement. I don't know where to start.
Who's the Cheers is the show we're talking about, if you guys don't know. Ted Danza.
Maybe we could
Grande,
get
what
that guy that
was Ted Danza? What were some movies and stuff that he was in? Ted Danza, so that the audience can go see him and see what we're talking about.
Well, he was in 3 Men and a Baby.
No, that was Ted Danson. But who's this Ted Danza you're speaking of?
He's on that other show. What he's on that television show now, like The Good Place.
Ted Danza.
What are we going to do with you, Grande?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here
Ted
strictly.
Danza.
I'm here strictly for my Grande Verga and my good looks. That's it, and because that's funny.
God. Oh my God. All right. Let's. All right. I'm gonna
Keep going
get to
around
the
the
next
corner.
question.
We still got to do Loki and Grimm. Holy crap! Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I should have muted.
God.
Ted
All right.
Danza.
Next question, Paul Morgan. Question: has Asajj lead taken over as the better lead for territory war on both sides of territory wars? No. Better on defense, but I still like Talzin better on offense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only better on defense if you're running a nest in the 5th position. If you're running straight Night Sisters, I still think Talzin is better. But if you're running a non-Night Sister 5th with like Enfys or something, then Asajj is better. Artorius Draknight question: the best Halloween costume you've seen today?
I didn't really go out much today. Didn't see much.
More like the only Halloween costume I've seen
did
today,
see
and that
Loki.
was Fitz when she was dressed up as a
I haven't seen that yet.
orange M&M.
I saw Loki in his amazing Jedi outfits. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Loki's Jedi outfit is pretty cool. I'll say Mr. McVenom's Robin outfit. Like McVenom and her family were going as Teen Titans Go. And Mr. McVenom dressed up as Robin. And his Robin costume is really cool.
Nice.
So I saw a kid when we were walking around the neighborhood, and he was dressed up. He had modified some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy outfit, or it was like he had modified a Big Hero 6 outfit to look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
Nice.
And I was like, no way, dude, that's awesome. He had modified it like another costume to look like something else. I thought it was hilarious.
All right. Next one. I'm going to warn right now, Durgan, you better start running. Question from Durgan. Will Ouchie Dumpling unlock Count Dooku now that he has powered up for Territory War this month?
Oh
Durgan, run.
Jesus, get the hell out of here.
Caligula Pippin Pataloxicopoulos. Question. It has taken me over 3 or 2 years to rank 1. It says over 3/2 years to rank 1 player in both arenas.
Okay.
But now with Revan, here I lose 8 out of 9. I want to quit really badly because I'm so burned out. Do any of you have any advice? Yes. Take a step back.
Yes.
Take a break for a little while.
Take a step back. The other thing.
Take a step back, but
you can beat it with your Traya team. You can beat it with your Traya team. You just have to work on your mods a little bit, and you have to work on how do you solve this puzzle that was different than the last puzzle. That's all you have to do. So a couple things. Take a step back, reevaluate, go back and look. Palpatine on the team versus Nest, Palpatine versus Sith Trooper. Look at replacing 1 or 2 key tunes. Look at remodding a little bit. Infinity, are you going to make that Patreon stream open to everybody at some point, like in a couple days?
No.
We haven't so far.
No, that's a special stream.
Well, we'll have to do another one where we go over how do you mod a Traya team to beat a Revan team, because it can work.
We can,
and a lot of people.
Hell, I'll volunteer
we can talk about it. I mean, we've discussed it before, right? So Revan's AI is designed to mark Traya first. And so you have to keep a high survival Traya. You don't have to worry about speed like you did previously. It's all about keeping her alive so that she can then isolate the opposing Revan. And so essentially what you're looking for is ridiculously high protection. You would think health because her leader ability recovers it, right? But the problem is their Jedi goes so much that you're not going to have time to recover health. And in terms of stats, you get more protection than you do health from the stats itself. And so you're stacking as much protection as you can. You're looking for protection primary.
Forget arrow, that shit. Ouchie's pissed off.
Ouchie says, I know what bush you're hiding in, Durgan.
Oh my god.
So you're going for protection primaries on your Traya on all the slots. So the entire right side, your arrow, your triangle, your cross, you're looking for protection. For your circle mod, you're looking for protection. You're looking for flat protection as a base stat. You can look for health as well. I mean, there's a lot that you can do. And you're looking to fracture the opposing Revan, and then you can then decide based on where you are in the match. Either you can isolate Yoda or you can isolate Revan, and you essentially annihilate Revan, and then it becomes easier. And so I actually got bored today. I'm in a similar situation to where you were at. I was in my rotation for top 5 in arena, and the whole Revan thing kind of soured me a little bit. So I just took a step back. I didn't do arena battles. I basically just stood in rank 42 for like days. And I was like, you know what? I want to fight some Revan teams and see what's going on. I had finished remodding my characters anyways for the potential of Revan in Territory Wars. So I'm like, let me give it a shot. And I was able to beat some of the better Revan teams on my shard. And it's just because I modded my Treya to have like 66,000 protection and it was like 30,000 health. So it is a modding game. If you don't have the mods, then you'll just have to kind of work on it. But there's nothing wrong if you don't get rank 1. I was sitting in rank 2 or rank 42 for like the last week.
I think
and it's been pretty happy.
Just take a little bit of a step back. I mean, if you're burnt out,
if you're burnt out, just take a step back. You don't have to stop. You can go through. You can spend your energy. You can get your 600. You can talk with your guild. Talk with the community. Just do what you want for a little while, and then just come back, and then you can take arena.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. The only time it's a bad thing, and we mentioned this before, is when you completely stop. Like, if you completely stop all of your progress, like if you literally just kind of quit the game, then you start falling behind. But if you start getting top 100 instead of like rank 1, right, you're going to get less crystals.
But you're still getting crystals, just you slow down a little bit, and trust me, we get it. We totally get it. But, you made the investment. We're still playing. We've gotten a little burned out at times, and... but you find other things in the game. For us, it's really not the game itself. I mean, the game is the game. For us, as a community, we've said it a million times. It's hanging out with you guys. We just love playing with you guys and talking about the game and stuff like that, and bringing you guys the information that you guys enjoy listening to. So, the game is, the game, but it's more about the people you play it with than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it is a mod game now, more than anything else, and so it is important that you focus on mods and get everything else, especially with the Revan stuff. There's teams that can beat Revan, but it is mod dependent, no matter kind of what team composition you're using. Whether you're using Treya teams and trying to beat Revan teams and survive that initial onslaught because the Revans and stuff are so fast. Whether you're using Maul and you're using kind of a super slow nest in order to absorb the damage, if your team doesn't dodge, you get screwed. There's a lot of different RNG things. There's a lot of mods associated with it. So there's ways that you can do it. It's just you have to focus much differently than it was in the previous meta. So just relax, have fun, do what it is. I know it's hard to break away from the top of arena. Because I've been doing it for quite a while, but it's just like, what? I need a break.
I've been finishing 20 to 30 every day. I just don't bother, because the teams that I'm facing they're ridiculous. I mean, and I just looked at it like, you know what? It's fine. I'll get my 150, 200 crystals a day. I'm in a pattern where I'm just farming the Old Republic characters, and just, for me, all I'm really doing now is gearing characters now. I can't beat Revan, so I'm just looking at like, I'm just going to finish off my characters. I'm going to finish off Nest. I'm going to finish off, Star Bastlin, the Old Republic, and some other characters, and that's what I'm on to. And then I'm focusing gear 12 at a time. I'm about to finish Snowtrooper to 12. And then I'm going to finish up the last two Night Sisters that I have left that are gear 11 to 12. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. I just refocus in other areas. So, and I have more than enough with the crystals. 250 crystals. Still, as long as I'm making profit on my crystals and stuff, I'm fine. It's not that big a deal. So, but you got to answer your question yourself. Just take a little bit of a step back. But even if you take the step back and you find no enjoyment and you just hate this game, don't play. I mean, but talk to some of your friends, that you play with, and see what they say. So, but you really don't want to be involved in a game that you just don't enjoy. I mean, I've walked away from a lot of games that you just get Richard Point. I remember when I played World of Warcraft, I played it for years. Then the Old Republic came out. It was the end of the Lich King. I had beaten the Lich King, and I was kind of like, I really have hit the end of the line for World of Warcraft, and I got into the Old Republic. And that's just a transition. You don't play games forever. Eventually they kind of run their course. All right, next question.
Yeah,
go ahead,
like for me, I don't play this game hardly as much as I used to. I used to play it, multiple hours a day. Now all I do is my dailies with the occasional checking back in, but the rest of it's all spent online talking with you guys and theory crafting outside of the game. It's helping me to not get burnt out.
Yep. So there's just have fun with it and just come on the community. The community aspect is really the best part of this game. So if you like hop onto our Discord, I'm hoping you're in a good guild, so your guildies will be able to like just have fun outside of the game. That's what it is.
Have fun.
Okay. Next question, Nathaniel Morgan. Why didn't they give Sarge new shiny art like the rest?
I said that
because he already had a helmet.
Yeah,
I personally
said that.
blamed Finn.
I said that before the stream. Like, you know, guys, these other guys got their helmet stuff, but they left Clone Sergeant just.
Here's a simple solution: give all of Rex's stuff to Clone Sergeant.
No, don't do that. That's awful.
Yes, no helmet Rex. I want to start that right now. Hashtag no helmet Rex. That's what we need.
God.
I want to see bald Rex. He's the only one that stood out beforehand anyways, and they gave him a helmet. There's no need. All right. Next question from Helenix. Question regarding Finn's reading of CG's post as to the new locations. Since when has CG done nice things for us, unless it directly results in them making money? I think he's talking about Houndstooth and the Stormtrooper node. I'm not. Well, they did put Crew and TIE Silencer in the same
like
Cantina node in a very cheap node at that point.
Yeah, you can't. There has been things that they've done.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But
that's something they did nice.
They do stuff like that a lot, but then they do stuff that you're just like.
They have to make money. I'm never gonna fault them for trying to make money.
Nope.
But sometimes they go overboard.
Yep.
So I'm not. I want to kind of put this in this, so that's why I like the way we do things. RSG, if you guys have noticed this, right? We do things in kind of a committee, and the reason we do it is because there's different ways to look at the same thing. There's no reason why you have to be stuck in one perspective. You have your perspective, somebody else has theirs, but the idea is that we discuss it and understand why the other person thinks the way they do. We may or may not change our minds as a result, and that's the way that we want to run things. So you guys get opinions from both sides, right? And a lot of times, for me, if you guys have been following us for a while, I've defended CG a lot of times on their decision because it makes sense from a business standpoint. As much as we are players and we would appreciate free things coming to us at all times and we could get 7-star characters all the time, the game would not survive.
No.
They need to make money in order for this game to go. And free-to-play players are reliant on, as much as we hate the fact that sometimes they get overly greedy, right? And so there's a threshold for a lot of people where it feels like they've gone too far. But they have to make money, otherwise free-to-play players can't play. And so that's part of the reason why with the Revan stuff, we're like, don't criticize people for spending for Revan.
Nope.
Because the money that they are spending is allowing for everybody else to play. There's no denying it. If you're not putting money into the game and other people are, CG is not in the business of just producing a game for fun. They're in it for making money. And so if they're, as long as they're producing a profit, they will continue with the game.
For me,
don't criticize them for just kind of trying to make money in this way.
My argument with CG has never been about them making money. Trust me, I get it. It's how they go about it sometimes, and it really irks me.
And some really crappy decisions up
because
top.
Yeah, but we don't. And then in the end, though, we don't know what they actually make, right? Because in the end, there's going to be all of this is based on numbers. If I had the numbers, I would look at it and be able to tell you more.
Sure,
but I can't. We're and I. Grande used this term when we kind of discussing this offline. We're kind of armchair quarterback.
We need to invest $1 in stock so we can get stock reports, Finn.
I'm doing stocks.
No, just $1 in CG stock.
Well, CG is not.
Oh, then you'd be a shareholder.
Let's become a shareholder. My 2 shares count, damn it. Give me the financial reports for each quarter.
Well, they're a publicly traded company. They're public.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it happen.
With a K.
You don't have to even invest. You can get the annual report without having to invest.
I know, Finn. I'm being ironical.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, we're armchair quarterbacking because we're trying to assess what we can from the monetary standpoint without actually having the numbers. But they're not going to do anything if they think it's going to hurt their bottom line, right? They're trying to increase the amount of money they make in order to keep this going. And so when we're saying like nice things that they do, we shouldn't expect everything to be free.
No.
It would actually destroy the game. Can you imagine if the next set of marquee characters all came out at immediate 7-star? Like you do the marquee and they're just 7-star characters. What would be the point of the game? So it's
without the struggle, there's nothing there.
Exactly. So they do nice things for us. They do it in different ways, and sometimes it's a little more subtle than others. Sometimes they go a little overboard, and so then you get the Ranger rant.
That's right. So I lay that shit on their ass, man.
And so that's why we like having different perspectives, and it's because we want to make sure that we're looking at it from all different angles.
Yeah, and we have all come to the consensus that's all Finn's fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's science.
If you can't agree that you have to blame Finn, then I don't know what else you can blame.
Hashtag I blame Finn. It's real.
Exactly.
All right, next question.
All right. So the Taurus says, Ranger, if you're a shareholder, you can go to a stockholder meeting and rant there.
Even imagine.
I can.
Ranger just going up to the microphone. What the F is wrong with you?
Hell yeah, we got there like, you
Oh my god. All right. So next, Nathaniel Morgan question: why isn't Jedi Knight Anakin Starfighter completely busted? Yes, he is very good. Normally, I don't like power creep, but he's the best pilot in the Star Wars galaxy.
It's just pretty nice, but let's wait and see because
don't worry, there will be an ETA on that.
Get out of here, clone ship thingy, Grande.
Conehead.
Yeah.
No, I think I think it's the ship seems too squishy. That's my biggest concern. You need a lot in order to protect it. Now, maybe being under endurance is a good thing for that, in order to provide kind of those extra heals and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question about this. Mm-hmm. We actually see R2 on the ship. How come R2 is not a pilot with him?
He can. They work.
He's not listed as a pilot.
No,
I see
I thought you were talking about like in the movies and stuff. Like, what do you mean that they work?
Well,
what I'm asking is, why is R2D2 not a crew member on this ship?
I don't know. Go talk to your homies.
Probably the same reason there aren't R2, the R units on astromech units on Big Ship and Wedge's X-wing.
Mm-hmm. Or some of the other ships.
Yeah.
This is actually R2. Look, freaking Chopper is a crew member. K2SO is a crew member. How the heck is R2D2 not a crew member?
I don't actually. I agree with you, Grande.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, you can see him on the ship. Like,
maybe they're saving it for Luke's X-wing Red 5.
That's true. We don't have a pilot that's the same for multiple ships, right? And there's only really one R2. I mean, I guess theoretically you could do a.
That would be cool though. So it's because we need Luke's, and we're gonna put it with Luke. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think they would release another version of R2.
So. R2D2.
We have an R2D2 in chat that says, "Dude, STFU, you speak too much."
What did he say?
He says, "Dude, STFU, you speak too much." Thank you, R2D2. We needed that.
Damn it, R2's on it.
He is a cantankerous little droid. Okay. Next question from John Davies. Question: will CG bring out a sand bomb to counter Anakin's new ship?
A what?
A sand bomb.
Oh,
he hates.
It's coarse. It gets everywhere. Unlike here, everything's smooth and. All right, creep.
It is. He was pretty creepy, but he got to touch Natalie Portman, so he wins.
If
Next
that's
question.
All it takes, damn, I'm all over that. If that's all it takes, like,
Yep.
You have nice hair.
When I think
so
of
smooth.
You, I touch my. Oh,
sorry. Corey Dalmeyer question: what were you for Halloween?
Nothing.
I impersonated a shirtless Kylo. It was in the RC Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here in about 30 minutes, I will be impersonating a drunk Irishman.
Very nice. Ronnie went as a big deal.
I am my own costume, just walking around. I was actually in the middle of the road stopping traffic so they wouldn't run over. There were probably 400 kids in the neighborhood, and so I was in the middle of the road telling cars to stop with my flashlight.
All right.
and slow down.
Dr. Finn, are you on mute again?
Maybe so.
All right.
Yes, he is.
So, yeah, I just wanted to let Traffic Control Grande get everything out.
Okay.
Gav P, question: in a Zeta Bastila-led team, I don't have Revan. What is the best supporting Jedi cast? He's using Bastila with Hermit Yoda,
Right.
Grandmaster Yoda,
Right.
Ezra, and General Kenobi.
There you go.
Or should Jolie be in there, or should somebody else?
Jolie on the team doesn't work quite as well.
It's good in Territory War to
Right.
replace Hermit Yoda, though, for Jolie, if you have a Zeta on Jolie, and the only reason for that is that it saves up Hermit Yoda for another team.
But, yeah, now Jolie on the Revan team is redonkulous, but the Bastila team...
It works well, too, there,
It can,
because
but
you
I
can
still
get
prefer...
the reses
I
if
prefer
you
the
mess
two,
up.
Yeah, I still prefer the 2 Yodas.
Yeah, I could go either way with that, honestly. I think you have the right team there. You can put Jolie instead of Hermit Yoda if you want to, but that's, yeah, you're pretty much running one of the best Bastila teams there. Kaya Polinaro question:
Hey, Kaya.
does anyone think they could do a Clone Trooper Legendary?
Which clone trooper
No.
would be the legend? No.
They
Oh, but
could get away with it because they could do the what was the Kix. Kix could be a legendary.
No.
He's the last surviving clone.
No.
I don't think they will.
No.
I could see them going with.
I like your knowledge, though, Graham, but no.
I'm going to tell you. I think it's Delta Force at some point. Delta Squad. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. I can't deal with this tonight.
Delta Force.
Delta Force! Really? The U.S. Army Black Ops unit.
So Chuck Norris is going to be added to the game.
Hey,
And his co-pilot is going to be Ted Danza.
Ted Danza. The new show coming this fall to CW. Delta Force.
Star Wars.
Ted
With
Danza
your newest
and
ship,
Chuck
the
Norris.
Delta Force, with your pilots, Chuck Norris and Ted Danza.
hey, they fly the Conehead.
Jesus Christ.
Next question.
Oh my God.
Ringo question: do you see Territory War temporary bonuses viable to exploit or discardable as the current ones? Maybe the only one relevant is Bounty Hunter.
No, they're not.
No.
Ted Danza.
They are exploitable, but that's the whole point.
Well, you don't...
Yeah.
They're ridiculous bonuses.
Yeah, it's just the point.
Like, the whole point is to have fun and exploit them as much as you can during this 1 month. But we don't know how they're releasing the 2 mysteries. So I think you had dropped for a little bit, Grande. We were discussing how there's a little bit of inconsistency with the dates that they posted. So the content update, when it talks about the Territory Wars and when we'll be seeing the bonuses, it says the 3rd, the 13th, the 17th, and the 27th, right? But when you look at the post that talks about the like mystery and everything like that, or the calendar refers to the dates of the 1st, the 11th, the 15th as the start of the preview phase. So the content update refers to the attack phase. There are 2 mystery bonuses that are associated with it. So the question is whether or not we would get those mystery characters during the preview phase so we can actually mod them, or whether we only revealed them during the attack phase. In which case, then you have to wait until afterwards and hope that you'd had those, like, whatever Galactic Republic and Separatist characters modded. Because outside of Grievous and Windu, we don't know how they're doing the mystery. Whether it's those 2 that we already saw, Cup and Dooku, whether it's something alternating, right? We don't know what they're doing with the mystery. We don't know if they're random, whether they're on a schedule. Like, we don't know what they're doing with those. But we may not even be able to see it until the attack phase. And that kind of changes the entire way that you would strategize.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We'll
No, I'm
have
not
to
asking
see.
for an answer. I'm just saying
Yeah.
if you have any thoughts on it. We were just noticing that there's a
I
discrepancy
don't
with it.
want anybody else. When I think of Grande, I touch myself. Let's move on.
All right. Hellenix question: how much money will I need to pay CG to get Mace and Grievous November Territory War bonuses?
1 million
I'm
credits.
quite accustomed to CG's idea of no money, no honey as of late. Hashtag revenue.
No money, no honey.
All right. Next question, Nathaniel Morgan. Question: there is a rumor that you will need endurance plus 5 greater Galactic Republic ships for Grievous capital ship. Does the release of Jedi Knight Anakin Starfighter validate this?
No.
It would not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know. I don't think so.
No money, no honey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I would still consider it a rumor at this point. Especially since if they are doing reworks this month, then the release of I'm forgetting the name of the other one. It's Malevolence, and what's the name of the other one?
Invisible Hand.
Invisible Hand. Whether it's one of those 2 capital ships for Grievous, it will probably be this month, and it's too short of a time period to get the Starfighter.
You know, if I had an invisible hand, I'd never leave the house, Dr. Finn.
Next question, John Moran. Should I gear 12 and Zeta Cup so I can be uber dominant for the 744 hours?
Yes, you should.
Yes. Go ahead and do that. See what happens. And when you come back crying in pain and agony, your tears will taste delicious.
Yes, please don't. It's not even all in November. It's in territory wars only for 4 times during the attack phase. Like literally, it's 24 hours times 4. So it's only 96 hours total that you're gearing. And I didn't even know Cup had a Zeta. I'll just be honest. I didn't even realize Cup had a Zeta.
I didn't even know Cup was a valid character.
Craig Dunning question: what other Clone Wars characters do you think come next?
None.
That's interesting. Yeah, they could just do a faction pass on like Separatists and Grievous.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we're getting any more clone troopers.
I think Delta Squad is an interesting concept.
It's Delta Force, Finn.
Yeah, get it right.
Led by Texas Walker Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question. Kazekage Too Easy question: when will Mum Ra and Voltron be added to the game?
Yeah, for real, right?
Soon, TM.
Nathaniel Morgan question: do you think Galactic Republic fleet will finally be viable?
It is
I
viable
think they're
already.
viable already, but they're selectively viable.
Right.
They are
Really
territory war defensive timeout teams.
Yep. They're a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not a huge use. It's not a fleet arena use, but they do have a use in territory wars.
That's right.
Nathaniel Morgan question: do you think... Oh, no, that's the one I just did. Apparingo question: so Ranger can do Shaggy voice too? Can he do a section of the stream as Shaggy and Scooby?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. You want to answer the next question then?
No, not
it is
now.
from our
Zoink, Scoob!
Like Zoink, Scoob, another question! Shaggy!
Next question from our boy Xylo Takedown. And he says, question: when Ewoks got new skins and added Wicket, Logray and Paplu, can we speculate we're getting new clones?
No. And where's my apprentice? Shut up, Xylo. I want the young one on.
Nathaniel Morgan question: will RSG upload a video using Cup in Territory Wars?
No.
Preferably starring Ranger.
No.
It depends on how the Territory War goes. I'm not going to just throw in a team with Cup.
No.
Just to do it, but I would need to find a scoundrel team in order to face it to see what it actually does. I'm working on my remodding and everything here soon, so there may be something. Shay Locomotive question: Revan gets crazy big scores in Heroic Sith. Are they going to nerf that?
Yeah, plan on it.
Yeah, maybe, maybe not. He's a super rare character, so it may not be something that they care about. But they're usually very...
God forbid Night Sisters do well.
Yeah. So, they may or may not. Apparingo question is, RSG reducing the content for SWGOH or personally caring less? No, we've done the exact same SWGOH content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've only added more, actually. Yeah. So percentage-wise, it's gone down, but total content remains the same. We do, so what we do, we're Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We do the lunch stream from noon to 1.
Yeah, we do a buttload of Galaxy of Heroes stuff.
We always do a Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So we continue to do that. We always have our Wednesday night stream. Last week, though, we didn't do a lot because there just wasn't any news. Like, they were super quiet.
We had nothing last week, but
so we talked about like our American Cancer Society and stuff, but there just really wasn't any news last week. But this week there was, so we went through everything. Then we have Jedi Academy on Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
We're doing
question in.
7 streams minimum every week. That's including not if we do any specials like like the Chewie event, stuff like that. So if there's content to show, we'll do it. Trust me.
Yeah. And the other part too, and we'll throw this out there. We have tried to do non-streaming content, right? Here's the problem, though. We don't get anything ahead of time. We're not game changers. We don't have access to a beta account. We have none of that, right? So when stuff gets released, you have now like 50 some odd game changers, I think, releasing content on the exact same ship and the exact same character. And they've had access to this 24 hours before we have. And so anything we do, we have to then do with one of us buying that character. And sometimes they're not worth it, right? And so we're not going to force Grande or Loki, who are kind of like our resident whales, right? But we're not asking them to buy anything specifically for the stream, and so we don't always have the first access in order to even test anything. So we've tried to make content where we can. Sometimes it's a little bit late on raid content, but it's hard to do raid content if you don't have all these characters to keep on trying. And so it's just a limitation we have. We don't have a beta account. We don't do anything that we do what we can with our actual accounts. So when you see it, you see us using our actual accounts. You see us doing what we can with our accounts. When I've made videos in the past, and I'll try to make more, I just haven't fought that many Revan teams in order to make one I'm comfortable with yet for you guys. But when I've made like countering the meta arena videos, it's always been with my roster, my mods, and I've showed you kind of what I face.
Yeah, they're real accounts, guys.
Yeah.
These are our real accounts.
And I've joked around with it, and the VIPs have seen it. We have an account that we use just specifically for making it, and it's my alt that's level 71, and I don't even play it. So that's our account for making videos. That's like a running joke, but we do everything with our own account. And so it's not that we're making less content. It's just we don't want to make content that's going to be kind of useless for you. We like having discussions with you guys in the chats. And
our whole stick is doing live stuff and answering your questions and doing live watch reviews and in real time. Other people excel at that other stuff. They're welcome to it. But this is kind of where we stand to live interact with people. To me is a much better way of doing things than putting out a video and then reading comments and then writing about the comments. I'd rather react to you guys in real time. That's why we're always in Discord and stuff, because you can talk to us. So that's why we do what we do.
Now, things may change. We talked about this on Jedi Academy, that a lot of the the Game Changer beta test accounts are gone. For whatever reason, they temporarily don't have access to it, and so some of them aren't able to do that. There are some people that, I think Warrior and Arnold are probably the two. Like, they do invest in the game. They keep their account pretty current, and so if you follow them, like, they'll be able to kind of give you the best stuff.
Yeah.
I would trust probably, and I'm not necessarily favoring one Game Changer over another, but Warrior does join us and talk to us a lot on Jedi Academy, and he has a really good series for is it worth it? And so now, especially when he doesn't have like a beta, I'm sure he's going to be very thorough, and he always is, in evaluating the ships and figuring out whether or not it's really worth it, figuring out the characters, if they're worth it. So I would keep a lookout definitely for Warrior's channel. Arnold does a good job in getting the information out and testing and stuff. So there are Game Changers that you can definitely look at that'll still be able to provide you just the good content. So just stuff to look at. All right. Next question. Hellenix question: with the login reward being General Kenobi, is an episode 2 mullet Kenobi now guaranteed? Behind a $500 paywall, of course. Also, thoughts on a second Mace, Grievous, and Cup?
Look, one of the guys I talk with a lot just said he got some data mined information. In celebration of the 10th anniversary of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, for a limited time, all mod battles, stage 9 nodes may also award bonus shards for selected characters featured in the animated series, including General Grievous, General Kenobi, and Jango Fett. These bonus awards shall be available from 11/9 to 11/11.
Cool.
I'm not sure if that's true or
somehow,
not, but that sounds right. That sounds legit.
If this kind of thing is true or not, I get a feeling that is probably why they disabled Game Changer accounts. Says there has been a lot of leaks here recently.
Well, so that's not leaking. That's a guy that does data mines. He's actually really good at it. He's been really accurate with it. I know who did that. So he's actually really good at it. He's just data mining. He's not a game changer or anything. I don't even think he makes videos.
He's scraping. He pulls all that stuff. That maybe that hit Reddit a couple minutes ago, but one of the guys who did that, one of the guys I talk with, just showed that to me, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Did that hit Reddit just now, or all?
It wasn't in Reddit. It was in one of our Discords.
Okay.
It's in the Masa Discord.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then the next one is by Paul Bracamonte, and he says, question, do you think I have time to free-to-play farm Aura Sing and pause T3 and mission?
No.
I would not pause.
Stay on target.
Mission.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why you would farm Aura Sing.
Well, while Aura Sing is an amazing raid character,
you would want to go after stuff for Revan.
I hate to say it, Revan is still a better
Revan is a more
one to go for.
Raid character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
always focus on legendaries and heroic characters first.
Always.
Like that should always be top priority. Get those characters and whatever you need for them first. I would not slow down on T3 and mission. Especially since mission is actually really good, and there's the potential of T3 having a synergy with droids if they rework Grievous, that T3 becomes useful. T3 is already listed as one of the characters that can potentially counter Revan. So I would not slow down on T3 or mission right now.
Agreed.
One of the 70 characters that can counter Revan.
Along with the 1984 Lakers?
And the 1987 Denver Broncos.
Exactly. Nathaniel Morgan, question. How does Ouchie feel about this Dooku territory?
Oh my god, no. Next question. I'm not even...
Yeah.
I'm not... she's
Nathaniel
already
Morgan,
angry.
you might want to run as well. She knows Durgan's bush, and I'm sure she knows where to find Dooku.
God in heaven, what is wrong with you dumbasses? Keep poking the bear, y'all. Y'all just keep poking that bear. I'm not gonna...
It's a very gentle bear.
Y'all gonna run to me and Finn, and I'm gonna take my foot and throw your ass right back into her maw of pain.
Exactly. Nobody wants to see an Ouchie angry.
No. You wouldn't like it if she was angry.
Next question is from Kazekage to Easy. Question. Do you think the scariest thing would be if they released the Eternal Twins?
Next question, please. Not even going to respond.
We haven't had an Eternal Twins question in a while. All right. Vincent Wenger. Question. What is the best secondary for an arrow mod with a speed primary? It depends on...
It's a character, right? So, I mean, tanks with crit avoidance, certain characters for crit avoidance.
No. Speed primary. So what would be the secondaries you're looking for, he's asking.
For which kind of mod? I thought he said arrow.
Arrow mod with speed primary.
Oh, I got them confused. Okay, I got the
yeah.
Sorry.
But it depends highly on the character that you're modding for, as well as the kind of the set, right?
Right, the set can be a big part of that as well. Not always.
Like, there are some characters you're just focusing really, really heavily on health. And so you'll focus on health. You're looking for sometimes for like the tankier characters that you need to be fast. Example would be Bosk, for example. You need Bosk to be fast, but you also want him to be tanky, so you can focus on health and protection. There are some attacking characters that you're always looking for offense. Flat offense is still a really good stat, but if you can get multiple rolls on percentage offense now and take that up to a 6E, that can actually become really, really good because percentage offense gets a nice boost in secondaries when you go from 5A to 6E. So you can always look for that. it's very dependent on what character you're modding. If, for example, you're doing a character like Palpatine, right? Palpatine, you're going to look for potency, unless you're modding for something specific. And we talked about this on McVenom's roster review. But unless you're doing it for something specific, like if you're focusing for against a Revan team or something like that, you would want to focus on making sure you have a lot of potency. If you're running a character maybe like Magma Trooper and you wanted to put speed there, you're looking for maybe crit chance or you're looking for potency. Same thing with Snow Trooper. Like each character has a different kit and different stats that you're going to look for.
All right.
Anything to add to that, Grande? Because it is a mods question.
I'm great with that.
Yeah. So
sounds right.
Yeah, it depends. We would need to know what you're looking for. I will say though, and I've noticed this, and I've been helping people mod, and I still have to get through all the people that donated to the GoFundMe to get their mods done for their characters and stuff. And I have them on a list. I have not forgotten. There is a list, so I am going to work on scheduling it. I'm just finishing off this week because I've been trying to finish off some stuff for the Tiltify campaign, and then I'm going to start modding again. But what I have noticed is that there are a lot of people that didn't really know what to do with mods. And so they've been using that basic feature.
Ooh, yuck.
Yuck. Well, so it doesn't mod them correctly, right?
No.
But it's interesting to see what they recommend versus what they would have done on their own. I've seen a lot of people that didn't know what they were doing with mods, and the basic has helped them in order to mod them somewhat reasonably. But now if you're starting to get to that level where you're not doing the basic mode and you're moving into advanced, it gets a lot different because you will be able to go through, and we try to do this when we help people with modding stuff, and I try to do this when I'm working with people when I'm remodding their roster, like explaining why I am looking at mods in a particular way, because you're focusing to try and build a team synergy. And so speed is always good. As Loki says, fast and tanky is the typical way, and so you really don't go wrong with health and protection and stuff as secondary stats. Sometimes you want other stats, and offense is one that comes up often. But depending on the character, the modding changes a lot. So I don't want to say anything specific. Any speed arrow is good because you need that 30 speed. When you're focusing on the secondary stats, it depends heavily on who you're modding.
I'm also going to tell you this too. I mean, there is a modding for PvE on some of these characters, and then there's a modding for Arena, and there's a modding for TW. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, whenever you look at them, I mean, if you're going to mod Poe, it may not put super fast mods on Poe. It may not try to get your Poe over, plus 120 speed. It's just looking for, potency and speed, and that's it. Or it's just it's not right sometimes. It's not right at all sometimes. Yeah. Especially if a character has a very weird unique. Characters with a very weird unique would be like Anakin, Ahsoka, B2. I mean, we've said it over and over and over again. There are certain characters. I mean, look, right now, one of our Revan comps actually has us taking speed off of 2 characters. That in any other lineup, we'd tell you to put plenty of speed on them. Mm-hmm. So,
yep.
Go figure.
Yeah, so if you want to, you can hop on our Discord and we can maybe answer more specifically to know what character you're working on, because each character does require something different. And then like Grande was saying, PvE, PvP, what are you focusing on? All of that makes a difference. All right. I think the next question is for Harry Carey, but it's not specified. Anybody think Cody with his helmet looks like he's wearing a yellow visor and drinks Budweiser?
That's a good call. I thought the same thing myself. I think I saw him out there in my front yard throwing some of that Halloween nerve gas here tonight.
Oh my god. Alright. At Baringo question, do you think the removal of beta account was because game changers were discouraging players to invest on crappy tunes due to not being meta changers? Not sure if test accounts are back. No, I don't think that's it.
No, here's the reason is you had two incentives at the same time. You had one incentive, which was to have great content come out at the time with those game changers. But the other incentive is that they were trying to make money from a Patreon. Well, it also meant that at some point they wanted to give their Patreons exclusive content that other people didn't have yet, which meant they were sort of monetarily incentivized potentially to to share information that maybe they shouldn't have shared. And I think that's really what happened. I mean, no one's told that to me, and I could be totally wrong. But it happened once in the past, something similar to that, and so it could have happened again. I mean, I feel bad for them. I mean, I in a lot of ways, I liked them having the game, the test accounts. Some of them did some really good stuff with those test accounts. Probably one of the best people I saw that used that test account was Mobile Gamer. When a comp would come out, Mobile Gamer would stream for like 3 hours on his test account, just taking recommendations from the chat on what to do. And I think that it actually helped some players stay in the game and not quit because Mobile Gamer was on there testing all those comps in Arena. It helped people understand and theory craft better for Arena. And there's a lot of people that are very Arena focused, and they needed that comp. So, I feel like that this was one of those areas where, did it do more good or more harm? It did more good. Are you going to be able to stop the leaks? Nope. Are they going to happen? Yep. Are they going to happen from people that have NDAs and are, quasi associated with the company? Yeah. But, but it's still, again, leaked information, better accounts, better test accounts to certain individuals filled a niche. And I think they're hurting themselves more by not having those players have test accounts than they are by helping them.
We've said it before too. They expanded the Game Changer program, I think, too much as well. Like it made sense to add some for like different languages, so you got that exposure. But there were a lot of them that were just redundantly doing it, and people are trying to find their niche in order to kind of separate themselves. It wasn't just getting the exclusive access anymore.
What do they have? 30 or 40 Game Changers? I mean, that seems a little excessive. I mean, maybe it's really not though. Maybe that's not excessive, but when you have
it is excessive if you've only advertised about like 5 or 6 of them in the game, right? So people know who the main game changers are. So I mean, after that point, it gets to the point where it's like everybody's, and I mean, Warriors basically said the same thing on Jedi Academy, right? They released this new content, and you have everybody making the videos for it. So you get like 50 different videos on like Xanadu Blood. How many videos do you really need to watch?
Again,
and it just becomes it's oversaturating at some point. I think if they reduced down the number of game changers again, kept like a couple for each of the different languages like they've been doing,
let me ask you
you can get like 40, but you have
does every game changer need a test account too? Can you say that there are different levels of game changer, right? Where you have some game changers that have been, that have earned the ability to have a test account. I mean, everybody, you don't have to treat everybody equally. I mean, hell, that's why you have game changers in the first place. You're not treating every player equally, and you're not treating every YouTuber equally, and that's okay. But you don't have to have a one-size-fits-all solution. I mean, I mean, I don't have a one-size-fits-all solution for my children. I don't treat them all the same. Because one kid got their ears pierced at 9 doesn't mean that the other has to get her ears pierced at 9. She can get them pierced at 6 or at 11. It's just, I mean, we adapt to the situation that we're in and what we're presented by the other side, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be fair. It doesn't have to be equal. It has to be fair, but not equal.
Yeah.
Well, like for me, when I first figured out about the game changers and stuff, I only knew of 4 game changers, and then you guys are like, oh, there's like 112 of them, and I'm like, oh, seriously?
Yeah.
They don't need that many people. Most people they will watch the game changer they like the most, and the other ones they aren't even subscribed to. Like,
probably not. Probably not. Yeah. They're probably watching 2 or 3. I mean, a really involved player is watching 2 or 3 game changers. They're not watching 40 game changers.
Mm-hmm. And they already know which those 2 or 3 are. It's not like they rotate. They go to like the same 2 or 3.
By the way, if you really want some great content, and I know we do it all the time, we have a community video that we spotlight. These little guys, these little channels, where the guy just like streams his arena fights every day, and he streams his ship fights, and he streams his, and he streams his raid battles, his raid attempts. Those guys actually have some of the best knowledge that's actually useful to you. Typically, what I've found is if you, I kind of am a YouTube junkie. If I'm looking at, you'll see some of these little guys that'll actually produce the content before, 2 or 3 or 5 days before the game changer even mentions on their channel. Excuse me. But I've seen it happen. The main comp that I use to beat Revan teams, which is a Treya team, was on Arnold's channel. But it was on Rumpel's channel like 5 days before it was on Arnold's channel. So.
And Shay Locomotive just donated $20 and said, "Love the game and love the people more." That's right.
American rules.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't think that the reason had anything to do with what they were saying. As much as I'm sure they want positive publicity from their game changers on those different things, I don't think they would remove the beta account because people were negative. I think it just had to do with some other issues that maybe we're not privy to, and it was just time to kind of hold the beta account for whatever they were doing. They might be changing it. I'll say that there are other companies, even with NDAs, that will provide a similar product to all the people, but there's something slightly different for all of them. And so in the case of a leak or something like that, they're more able to identify who the leaker was. So if that's the case, they might be working on something like that. So who knows what the issue is, but I think that they'll be fine. You'll have some of the game changers that unfortunately got hurt with the lack of a beta account. You'll have other ones that are still going to be rolling along. So it'll
have the other ones that never really used the test account and only played on their main account.
We had access to a test account.
Seriously?
Let me tell you, it's going to be almost impossible to find out if somebody leaks something and it gets on the internet who actually leaked it.
Yeah.
You got screenshots of screenshots. You got people on Discord that can change their name. You got people with different names and different Discords. Once that thing gets out in the wild, unless there's some way to trace it back, you're never going to find them. And if you've ever been in a professional job where there were corporate secrets or there were military secrets, Ranger will tell you, he was in the Rangers. If more than 2 people know something, it's not a secret anymore.
Yep.
All right, let's get through these last questions again near 11 o'clock.
All right. Deep Perk question: do you think we will be getting a Grievous pack that we can buy?
Maybe.
Yeah. Never know.
But honestly, Grievous is free to play. If somebody wants Grievous, just focus on getting Grievous.
Yeah. He's in Fleet Store and he's in Shard Shop. So
every refresh you can get Grievous. It's not. I get it that he's a hard to obtain character, but I also look. I cannot tell someone to focus on Grievous even now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's not in. Oh yeah, he's there. Okay. Next question is from Darth Tallywhack My Knacker. Question: about to do my first 6E mod. What are your suggestions? It will go on Asajj as she is my arena lead.
That's the best way to do it.
Right side mods.
Yep. Always right side
and
first.
right side, and preferably not speed primary.
Which means you're either doing the triangle or you're doing the cross.
You get the best bonuses on your primary stat, and it's actually for non-speed. Your primary stat of speed will only go up 2, and your secondary stats will only go up 1. It's not a huge boost to your overall speed. So I would say focus on something that increases your damage more, like if you have an offense primary on your cross, if you have a critical damage primary on your triangle, that adds like another 6% damage on that. I mean, there's a few things that I would focus on. So in actuality, I would say Asajj may not even have one that you want. It depends on the mod.
You could also look at a diamond or a square. It's potentially, right, if it has really great secondaries. But I would make sure that it's a mod you really, really like. Make sure it's got the right primary, the right secondaries, the right set bonus. I mean, it's a lot of resources to take a mod to succeed. So make sure that you really like it. Make sure it's also a mod that you could move onto another character. Like, let's say you're going to do some raids, or, let's say we went back to some other meta with a different attacker that you would be comfortable moving this mod over to someone else. If all else fails, wait.
Yeah.
There's no rush.
That is a good point Grande makes. You can only move 6E mods onto another Gear 12 character. And so if you 6E and you don't have a lot of Gear 12, you're stuck.
Yep.
So I would consider be cautious about which characters you're actually going to do it on. Personally, I don't know how you have Asajj modded, but Asajj may not even have any mods that are worthwhile to go to 6E. I don't know how he's modded, but if you're running a Thrawn or a Tarkin in your, or whatever captain your capital ship is, I would consider taking that to Gear 6E. But depending if it's a useful character, if you're running Chimera, I would definitely take Thrawn's mods to 6E, because every 2 increases the speed of your capital ship, and slightly faster capital ship makes a big difference, and you can still get quality 6E mods on those. So
yeah, totally agree.
I would say reconsider your Asajj.
All right.
I don't know your full mod, so I can't tell you for sure what your best is, but I would highly reconsider Asajj. I don't think she's going to get the best benefit for you.
We'll go home and rethink your life.
All right. Next, we have 3 questions left.
Sure.
Apparingo question: where can I find McVenom's roster review? So the McVenom's roster review is only available to those that are purple and gold patrons. We do it once a month, and we put a link in the Palpatine VIP chat. Or no, sorry, we send it to you guys in the Patreon, but we actually notify you guys in the Patreon, in the Palpatine VIP chat, which is for those of you that's like the 2 highest levels for Palpatine and Revan, and we just message all of them, because you automatically get Palpatine level as purple, and you automatically get Revan level with your gold, and so we'll notify you there that you should check your Patreon, and yeah, it's for purple and gold patrons.
There you go.
So you're welcome to join.
I think it was a 2-hour stream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended up going 2 hours because we started around like 10:30 and went until past midnight.
Yeah, and then we also should probably talk about that too. The sponsors, right? The sponsors on YouTube get to listen to the pre-show.
Yep. So all VIPs get access to the pre-stream, which we put in the VIP chat, but only those of you guys that get the little green text in your name here. Those are members of our YouTube channel, and you guys can actually chat with us during the pre-stream. And you kind of see us set up. Ranger makes fun of me. I give Ranger all the information at the last minute. He's upset with me. And kind of the usual thing. Grande will hop in and forget that we're streaming and say something. Tits will hop in usually and make fun of me repeatedly. Call me Sheldon. A lot of things. So you can have fun with us in the pre-stream as well. And that's if you're a member of our YouTube. So we try to do some fun things for you guys so you guys can have fun with us. Next thing, what else? 73 question. Did Grande drive to the library or church? He suddenly got so quiet and calm.
He's at home trying to be quiet with the kid and stuff.
I'm at home trying to be quiet, and the wife came in, and she told me that the tornado warning was over, and so I had to pause and give my wife hugs and kisses, and
The tornado missed him. We got to do a better job of that next time.
She told
All
me
right.
she told me I could continue talking with my Star Wars nerd friends.
How
But
dare
it's because
she?
but it's because I filled the bucket earlier and went out in the tornado and got her feminine hygiene products.
Let's leave it at that.
All right. Apparingo, last question. Which is the best team to knock down the Kira scoundrels with L3, Vandor, Zalbar, etc. without an OP squad?
I'm going to tell you right now, I like using JTR against that team.
I do too.
So using, there's multiple ways to do it, but you're using Ray Jedi training. You're going to be using BB-8. You're going to be using R2. You're going to be using something like Holdo or a Scav Ray, or you could put Chopper on the team. You could also put Old Ben on the team. Effectively, what you're doing is you're removing turn meter, and you can kill that team that way.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
Yeah.
And that's it for questions.
All right, now it's time to end the stream. And first, we want to thank, of course, our Patreons. And these are our gold Patreons, and we just wanted to put them up there. Thank you for your support, for everything you guys do for us. We really appreciate it, for hitting our first goal. You guys are amazing. So we appreciate all our Patreons, but we'd like to shout out our gold Patreons on top of that with a little bit of extra special sauce, because they're awesome. And
we're the best around.
All right, and then it's time to end the stream. So if you're watching this is the RSG stream, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't done that, go ahead and do that now. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us spread out our content across the YouTube world and help our channel grow. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It does help us with monetization and everything to keep us rocking and rolling. The more subscribers we have, the more content we can put out for you guys and keep us going. If you'd like to support us and become a VIP member, we do have the YouTube options of becoming a YouTube sponsor. $4.99 a month is a YouTube sponsorship. If you donate $20 or more, like you just saw Shay do and any of our streams or anything, you become a VIP member. So you get VIP access in our Discord and things of that nature. Same thing with a sponsorship with YouTube. If you do that, then of course you get VIP status. We have our Patreon account, which we just showed you our gold Patreons. It goes from $5 to $25. The page is linked below. If you'd like to become a Patreon sponsor, please feel free to check out our page. It does support us. All the money that we get from YouTube and our Patreons goes right back into the stream for getting better equipment and doing all the stuff that we do. So there's that. We've got the ACS stuff. We are going to be doing a half marathon for the American Cancer Society. We're putting stuff together. We've already reached our first goal of our GoFundMe, so our GoFundMe's done. Now it's time to rock and roll and start doing stuff for the American Cancer Society, and we're going to have a lot more stuff for you guys on that as well. We do this show, if you're watching this, every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to whenever we get done. Other stuff that we do, Monday through Friday, we stream our lunch stream, which is Talking Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, where we do from 12 to 1, where we do Ross reviews, we answer your questions, we have fun, we do fun stuff there. Also, Saturdays we have the Jedi Academy, where we bring the best and the brightest of game changers and YouTubers together, like Warrior, Remon, Jedi Master Dastra, Team Money, good old Maurice, and we will have you guys. We bring them all together, sprinkle a little madness of RSG, and then it's a straight Q&A show where we answer all your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes questions, and you can get the best advice around from the best people around. They know their stuff like you would not believe. Team Money especially. She's a filthy Canadian, but we love her. I think that covers all the points. Dr. Finn, are we doing anything after the stream? Or
maybe.
So we may do some Heroes of the Storm and hang out with you guys afterwards.
It's late, so maybe.
Yeah. So, but with that, we're going to end the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. We love you. Have a great night, and we will holler at you later. Peace.